What's up? What's up, everybody? Facebook, YouTube, how you doing? Happy Wednesday evening. Ross Alex here, live crypto late night chat, man. And tonight is definitely going to be an exciting one. So welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, we do apologize, first and foremost, for being late. We're late. 41 minutes, but it's all good because it was for an important cause. Definitely for an important cause. It's going to be worth it. It's definitely going to be worth it. But for all of you that are here with us live, make some noise in the chat. I see Steph's in the chat. What's up? What's up? And guys, as you're coming in, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Let us know that you're here. The co-host of the show, the Crypto Bully, he doesn't like to come out unless we have a bunch of likes on the show. Facebook, that is. If you're over on YouTube, then you already see him, bro. Lyndon, what's up, man?
What's good, man? You already know, popping, chilling.
All is well, bro. Seriously. I see a bunch of people already hopping on through YouTube. Yo, Matt Zen. What's up? What's up? Kim, Legends, where art thou? Hey, we are here. We're live. Steph, Aussie. I love it. Welcome, everybody. It's so good to be here again for another late night show. Yo, John Doe, what's up? Jason, what's up? Welcome to the broadcast. I'm good. Gotta go shortly, though. Gotta go pick up my daughter's birthday gift. You know, Steph, Lyndon, bro, we got a bone to pick with Steph, bro.
Oh, yeah, we do. Facts, Steph.
Bro, she's been coming in and out. You know, stops by, says hi, and then just dips out. I mean, what's up with that?
I ain't liking that.
Right? We ain't liking that. Yo, Ernesto Gonzalez, what's up, guys? So if everybody can hit the thumbs up button right now, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, hit that thumbs up button. We're going to go ahead and bring the co-host of the show, the man himself, the myth, the legend, the freaking Crypto Bully, man. The Crypto Bully. What did I do? Steph, man, you don't hang out with us anymore like you used to back in the day. Damn it.
Real talk.
Damn it. We need you in here, Steph. Yo, Troy, welcome on. Miss Pearl, welcome to the broadcast. Yo, Matt says, here we go. What's up, man? I am fired up. Okay? I'm fired up. I don't know about you guys. Linda, you fired up, bro?
Bruh, so man, after the interview I just did, I'm mad. I'm super fired up, bro.
Man, we definitely got to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm a busy girl. We are in full house rental mode. Hey, I respect it. I may not like it, but at least I could respect it.
Facts.
Guys, listen. Linda, tonight's a big night, bro.
Yep.
Tonight is a big night. It might just be one of the biggest nights that we've maybe ever even done here on the show.
Uh-oh.
Hey, bro, is that a fresh haircut I see?
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Have to do the mohawk, you know what I'm saying?
I feel the mohawk action, bro. I feel it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Lyndon's mohawk? Comment in the chat. Rate it 1 through 10. 10's only, baby. Yo, Jay, welcome to the broadcast. Man, we got a bunch of people hopping in on tonight's show. Super excited to be here. Last show was, last Friday, bro. I've been having withdrawals, bro.
Dude, I already know. It's every fucking week now.
Dude, like, it's almost like when we don't do the show, I'm just like, what's my purpose?
Why am I on Earth?
Like, what am I here for? Like, what am I supposed to do tonight?
Legit. Yo, that's
right?
legit.
I just love doing this show.
Yeah, real talk, bro. Me too. Genuine, bro.
Steph says, we got hot and cold running water into the house this week. We're showering outside in our camping shower.
Oh, shit.
So having one of our 2 bathrooms complete soon will be awesome. Interesting. Okay. Steph, I'd love to see a picture of this outside shower that you've been using. Post a photo to Crypto Legends. I can't say I've ever showered. Actually, I've really even never camped out. Lyndon, have you camped?
Bro, I haven't fucking camped out since I was like a fucking kid. I think I was like, damn, bro, I might have been like 10 or 11 or some shit like that. I ain't done that shit in a while.
Yeah, I mean, camping has just never been my thing. I don't know. Like, my idea of camping is like I need a hotel, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know
I'll
if y'all,
go to a campsite, but I need some sort of room.
bruh. I don't know if you've ever seen scary movies. Black people and camping does not mix. Facts. That's just a fact.
You had to take it there. Okay.
I had to take it there.
All right. Camping is king. You two don't know what you are missing. Okay. So last year, I went to this ranch in the middle of nowhere, Texas, man.
Oh, snap.
Middle of nowhere, dude. I told you about that. Bro, this ranch is like an hour west of San Antonio.
Oh, snap.
In the mountains. I forgot what that town is called.
I think I know what you're talking about, too.
Bro, you know how people just, you know, they'll say, oh, there's no cell service. There's no cell service, you know. Oh, right. Bandera, Texas, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I definitely know what you're talking about.
They're like, oh, there's no cell service. You know, make sure you write down the directions.
Right.
I'm like, okay, like, shut up, old timer. We got 4G network now. Shut up. I ain't writing down directions.
Yeah.
Dude, when you get to this road, they say, listen, when you get to this road,
yeah,
you're going to have service. You literally drive a foot, you're going to lose the service just goes there. I'm like, yeah, all right, shut your ass.
Immediately.
Bro, Linda, I get to this road, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, my phone went from 4G to 0. You can't even call 911, bro.
Damn, 0G.
It's cut. You're out. You're shit out of luck with service. So I had to stay the whole weekend with no service, man. That was interesting.
Damn.
We have the most venomous creatures in the world here where we live, and we are not scared to camp. You two are soft. I don't, look, to each his own. You know, some people enjoy the whole tent thing. I don't know, man. I like couches, TVs, and AC.
You know what? I will say this. When I go to Australia, I'm definitely fucking camping out there.
Really?
Facts. I'm trying to camp in Australia.
Have you seen the spiders they have over there, bro?
That's okay. I'm gonna just camp with like maybe a sawed off or something like that. I'll be all right.
A sawed off, bro. I'm taking a flamethrower, bro.
Oh, you need to hit up Elon Musk for that then.
Bro, you'll be imagine sleeping and you just feel something just on your face, and you wake up and there's a spider this big just on your chest.
It literally feels like a hand. Feels like somebody's just touching you. Like, whoa.
Hey, I'm good. 4G to no G. Yo, Brian, what up, man? You will camp and love it. It's beautiful. All right, you guys camp. I'll be at the Four Seasons. Lyndon, if you don't like it, bro, you can come over, bro. I'll get you one of those pull-out joints, man. We'll have a good time. You have a pet spider. Wow, that is crazy. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. As always, if you could go out and just, if you support the show, if you support the show, if you get entertainment here, you like to hang out with us for a while, it would mean so much to Lyndon and I if you could share this out, right, in your groups, on Reddit. Tell people we're live, right? Because we're here. We're looking to grow this show as much as we possibly can. And we rely on your support, the viewers, to help us do that. Okay? So thanks in advance. If you shared, let me know you shared in the comments. And you'll be forever on our good list.
Yeah.
For everyone that doesn't share, you're banned. Instant ban. No, I'm kidding. Spiders as big as a dinner plate, dude. That is crazy.
No, I'm good. I'm super good on that. I'm definitely shooting that.
Snakes, spiders, roaches, nothing. Down in Texas, we get those tree roaches, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I buy properties, we always have there's 100 of them just dead all over the place. They're like this big, bro.
Crazy.
They're massive.
Ridiculously huge.
Disgusting.
I'm good on that.
Gross. All right, guys. Listen, tonight's show is going to be a great one. We have a very, very, very special guest here joining us in on the show. This is new territory for Lyndon and I. But, the other night we had a conversation and we're like, how could we provide 10 times the amount of value that we already provide, right? What does that look like?
Yeah.
And, we put our heads together and we said, hey, who could we bring on the show that lives, eats, sleeps, breathes crypto? That's like way over here. And like, I'm way over here. And then Lyndon's like, he's in the middle, right? Yeah. He's in the middle. But this guy that we're bringing on to the show tonight, he's like in the stratosphere when it comes to cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Right?
He knows his shit.
He knows his stuff. And Lyndon reached out to him and said, hey, would you like to join us on the show? Like, it'd be super cool. Yeah. And surprisingly, he said yes, right? He said yes. So we do have Lyndon. Who do we have joining us tonight, bro?
Yo, so y'all done heard me mention this guy plenty of times, man. This is where I get all of pretty much the news from that I bring to you guys, man. So I had to bring him on. Why wouldn't I? But it's the homie, Paul McNeal, a.k.a. the Crypto Curator.
Wow.
The GOAT of curated crypto news. Facts.
Wow.
Nobody's beating him that I've ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta say, bro, I'm intimidated, bro. I'm nervous. I told you the other day, I'm like, dude, I don't know about this, man. I'm gonna feel like like an infant here, bro.
Yeah. Dude,
but I'm excited. I'm excited. But you see, my friends, that's what's great about this show, right? It is everybody can always learn something, right? And if you're not surrounding yourself with people that know more than you, how are you supposed to learn anything, right? So I'm going into tonight's show just like some of you, right? I hope to learn as much as I can tonight. My husband reminded me it's crypto night. Yo, Brenna, thank you so much for being here. That's freaking awesome. But before we do bring our guest onto the show, we do have some really sick news to talk about, right? Some sick news. As always, Lyndon spends a few days finding some really cool news stories to talk about. So, Lyndon, you've actually put this list together, and for you on Facebook, you can find these links on our YouTube page. So if you want to follow along, just head over to the YouTube channel, which is where you're going to need to be if you want to join us with Mr. Paul McNeal. Crypto Legends on YouTube. We already have a bunch of people hanging out with us over there.
Facts.
And then, bro, guess what, bro? You're not even going to believe this one, bro.
Oh, snap. What's up?
You're not going to believe this one, bro. Bro, should I tell you now or should I tell you later? I'm going to just tell you now.
I don't want to know now. Yeah.
Bro, we hit 83 subscribers, bro.
Oh, let's get it.
83. Bro, 17 subscribers away from 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Super close.
Bro, 100 subscribers on YouTube. Man, that's insane, dude. For us, that's insane.
Yeah, that's love.
Right? Because we haven't even been posting videos there. We're just doing the live stream. So people are subscribing to see the show, man.
Facts. Yeah.
Guys, can we hit 100 subscribers tonight?
Ooh, yo.
If we hit 100 subscribers tonight, Lyndon will give everyone one Bitcoin each.
Oh. Whoa. Wait a minute. We need to talk about this. Wait a minute.
hey, I like to go off the script sometimes, man. I like to innovate, brother.
That sounded great until you said that one Bitcoin point, and I was like, like what? Say it again.
Andrew Gutierrez. I remember you too during the last bull run. Is this a short signal? Lyndon, can you answer that?
Yo, we here. We in here. We are in here. And the market is sexy right now. Like, man, we're gonna get into it in the show tonight, but I'm telling you, man, there's room and opportunity in crypto right now. I'm telling you, room and opportunity that we possibly may not ever see again for a very, very, very long time, man. I'm telling you, I literally just got off of a interview that I was just doing with two guys, sharp as shit, right? The company is called Block Society. They are the first licensed and registered SEC cryptocurrency trading firm that literally, as a user, you are protected. And I'm telling you, talking to both of these gentlemen, I'll talk to the CEO and the COO, who is also the lead analyst. Bro, they know they shit and they are sharp. They are fucking sharp. And we had a discussion about Bitcoin and then the price, how it could go looking forward. Sexy. That's all I'm gonna say. Sexy. Nothing but room and opportunity, bro.
Love it. And you know what? This time around, we ain't going nowhere, bro. We ain't leaving. Okay?
Nah, we not.
We ain't leaving. We're here.
We here.
Lyndon, man, let's go ahead and get into the first news story of the day, which is why most people are here. Man, this article is sick.
Yeah.
I was reading this article earlier, man. This is a sick. Props to Alexander Johansson on putting this article together.
Yeah.
Because this is a very well put together article.
Yeah.
Everybody go ahead and pull this article in front of you so we can go through it, man. Lyndon, bro, take it away.
Yeah, man, this is pretty dope. I'm really glad I found this again. You already know I got it through Paul McNeal. Shout out to him for throwing this in there. And this was like a little nugget that was just chilling. This wasn't the main thing. This wasn't the headlines. This was like chilling off in the cut. And I really liked it because basically what this guy did was that he did the numbers. The name of the article is basically doing the math homework on Bitcoin. And what he did was like, okay, what would $1 million Bitcoin really look like? What does that mean user adoption wise? What does that mean when you pull the largest hedge funds and pension funds into this space? What does it look like, right? And he did that off the merit of, everybody knows, right, the whole John McAfee thing where he was just like, yo, 2020, if Bitcoin does not hit 500,000, eat my dick on live TV. Absolute fucking crazy bananas, but he said it. So like,
you couldn't just say penis, bro. You had to go.
That's what he said. Hey,
he did say that. Okay, he did say. All right, he did. Listen,
I gotta,
it's not late night yet, bro. It's not the late night, dark hour.
It's not the late. My bad. I should have said Johnson or something like that. My fault. I messed up.
He said he's gonna eat his willy, bro.
Right, there we go. He said he's gonna eat his Louisville Slugger live on TV. I could do these forever. There's a millionaires for this shit.
Oh my god, dude.
Yo,
all right.
My bad. So, this article is fucking phenomenal. Literally, it was pretty awesome the way he went through numbers and things like that. One of the most important things that they pointed out, right? So, I love it because they went pretty conservative with this. And again, they addressed it from two different directions. One, they addressed it from, okay, if 1% of the top 81 world macro funds and the top 100 pension funds only had 1% of their holdings invested in the cryptocurrency, what is that going to look like price wise? And then he also did it from a user base of, okay, based on, statistics that data that they've gone through, that they actually people have researched and pulled, is based on, right, the average person holding the amount of Bitcoin that they would hold, which seems to be pretty normal around 7,000. How many people would it take having that in order to have $1 million Bitcoin? And then again, the thing I liked about it is that they were pretty fucking conservative with it, because obviously there's a lot of different factors they can pull in that they didn't pull it didn't necessarily account for. On top of that, when we talk about the supply, obviously there's going to be 21 million Bitcoins in circulation ever. Never be any more, pretty much. And they didn't even put in, or they didn't, I guess in the regard, take out the amount of Bitcoins that have been researched enough to be considered lost, that essentially won't actually be in the actual circulation because of lost wallets and a bunch of other things. So they actually left that in there to keep it even more conservative, because the less you have in circulation, the price it affects the price in a certain way to where you can push the price higher. That's the reason why coin burn exists. You get rid of that circulating supply amount, makes the price higher. So they didn't even take that into account. But think about this.
One thing I want to add there real quick, bro, because what you just said about the loss, this part of the article blew my mind, right?
Yeah.
Up to 15% of Bitcoins are estimated to have been lost. And
Yep.
I personally had a friend who mined 100 BTC back in 2012 on his own computer. His computer broke down and he threw it away before anyone knew just how valuable BTC would become. What?
I would hate to be that fucking
Bro,
guy.
that guy's the punching the air right now. He's pissed. Bro, imagine BTC at 20K, 100 BTC. Wow. Wow. All right. Go ahead. That part just blew my mind right there.
No, it is. It's crazy. So, all right. So, going into the numbers part. So, one thing that he did when they were talking about retail investors, right? So, Wences, I'm about to butcher this guy's name. Wences Casares, CEO of Zoppo, basically, and he's the director at PayPal. He is the one that basically went through the numbers based on calculations, saying that basically the average amount that a Bitcoin holder would have is usually around $7,000. That's the reason they came up with that particular number, right? So thinking about this, how many people would it require based on that $7,000 number in order for us to really have $1 million Bitcoin, right? And the equation is pretty simple. All you do is pretty much take the Bitcoin price that's calculated, and then you multiply that by the number of holders with $7,000 worth of Bitcoin, right? Now, if we're talking about only users, so not factoring in anything else, institutional, none of that at all, just retail investors. This is pretty crazy, right? But basically, 3 billion people, basically, times $7,000, divided by that 21 trillion, right? That would give us a $1 million Bitcoin. Now, let's really think about this. 3 billion people. That is close to half of the whole fucking world. Could you imagine getting to a space where half of the world is using Bitcoin on that much of a consistent basis, bro?
So we're talking about the average Bitcoin holder should have about 7K worth of
Right.
Bitcoin.
Right. Now, of course,
Okay.
we're saying average, right? Now,
Average.
obviously, that's generally not going to be the case, right? There's definitely going to be displacement in that number. There's going to be people who have a shit ton more, and there's going to be people that have a shit ton less. But basically, doing the math on it and finding that average number is 7,000, right? So that's the reason how they came to that, basically to that particular number. So
and
again,
that's lower than the average savings account in the United States.
facts.
That's more.
Facts.
People ain't good at saving money, though, dude.
No,
they ain't good at it.
They're not. They're not at all. So, but just to put a number to it, essentially, again, talking only retail investors, not talking institutional, not talking shit else, basically close to half of the world using this and holding an average of 7,000 for that to become basically $1 million Bitcoin becoming a real number. Now, here's the crazy thing when I think about that. When you say that out loud, right, it sounds fucking nuts. Like half of the world holding an average of $7,000 worth of Bitcoin. What the fuck? What world would we be living in if that's the case, right? But the thing that makes me think about that on a crazy level is obviously thinking about institutional investors that are taking place, right? If mass adoption really does happen, and you think about the whole cryptocurrency market as a whole, it excites me because if we ever do actually get to a point to where mathematically, even with the differences, that really is the case, the price of Bitcoin itself is actually going to be much higher than that because it's not even accounting for all of the other shit in place. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, that's literally what I thought when I saw these numbers. Like, that's going to be fucking asinine if that really happens. So that from that perspective is what is kind of what I was thinking. And then the other portion that they did where they did the math, right? They did the top 81 world's macro funds, and they did the top 100 pension funds in the world, and taking 1% of that and pushing it into crypto, right? Now, the thing that was interesting about this, right, is that obviously they're only taking the top. They're not including obviously all of the other companies within existence, things like that. Again, they're using round scenarios, right? Because there's no way they can actually factor in all of the specifics on a particular situation and really, you know, be like, oh, okay, this is a specific number calculation. I mean, you could essentially, but that would take a fuckload of research, right? And they don't have time for that. But the thing that was most interesting about that is basically when they did the math on that, just taking those numbers and basing it off of the same logic, institutional wise, that would put us at a price point of $16,000 a Bitcoin and none lower, right? And again, the math that they're doing on this is very, very conservative, very conservative. Like I said, they're not including the lost amount of Bitcoins that come into play. They're not including all of the other money that will be in the play. They're not even talking about retail investors on top of the institutional shit that's happening. I mean, it's and I think that number is what excites me the most, right? Because it's a low number, 16,000. It's like, okay, that's just not impressive. But imagine if money-wise, you actually really do have that amount of money pouring into the market. And just to give you guys an actual number, the number was basically $225 billion. So between those 100 pension funds and 81 hedge funds, $225 billion getting poured into the market. With the market cap they had then, and it was right around 98 billion. That would stick us at a price of 16,000.
Okay. Interesting stuff. Chat, what do you think?
Yeah. So basically, the reason why I love that, and I put it from it, right? And the thing I loved at the very top of the article, the first thing they said was being more realistic. They said they feel like by the end of 2020 and beyond, they figure they see a more of a likely price between 20 and 50,000. So again, super conservative numbers and things like that. But just to think about and theorize on the possibilities of what that actually looks like in the long term, meaning if mass adoption really takes place, the Lightning Network is operating efficiently, right? So that many transactions can be processed in a second rather than fucking 10, because that's not going to drive mass adoption, you know, and things like that. That, to me, again, long run, I could see that actually fucking happening. And again,
George says, "Shut it! It's a pipe dream."
Hey, I mean, there's going to be people that say that. There's definitely going to be people that say that, and I can't even necessarily fault them for saying that, right? Because it's way too early to really determine that. Obviously, I'm not going to fucking stake my reputation on that and be like, yeah, we're definitely going to see $1 million Bitcoin. No, but I just love the math and the way they did it out. Because
this is a super sick article, dude.
Yeah, like it is.
I want to go over the last part of it because this is some really cool shit here. Yeah. But before we do, let's welcome everybody on. I see a bunch of people joining in right now.
Yeah, facts.
All over the place. David Carr, what's up? Hey, George, man, you're welcome here, brother. Thanks for stopping by, George MK. Really appreciate you, man. Right. Michael, what's happening? Frank, what's up? What's up? Guys, if you're here with us live right now, you're on the Crypto Legends Late Night Podcast. We like to have fun here, right? We like to have fun. We like to talk about crypto. We like to talk about a lot of topics, right? But one thing that we don't do here is we don't make claims. We don't tell you what to do with your finances. This is a very safe environment, right? Where you can ask questions. It doesn't matter if you're brand new or you've been investing in crypto for the past, few years. Okay. Yeah. Everybody is welcome here. So let us know, where are you tuning in from? Yep. Where are you tuning in from right now? Comment your state or your country right now, whether you're here with us on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know. And thanks for being here. Joseph, Gene, what's up? What's up? So, dude, I got to say, bro, the other day, man, I have never really been like a Bitcoin buyer. Yeah. I'm more into like the alts, right? And when I buy alts, I use Litecoin. Yeah. But, dude, the other day I used Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Bitcoin is like 20 times faster than Litecoin, bro. Like Yo, Bitcoin is fast.
Yeah, shit's fast.
I never really knew how fast it was, though, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't, dude. Bitcoin is fucking quick. What's quicker than Bitcoin?
Yeah, and here's the crazier shit. There actually is shit out there that's quicker than Bitcoin. That's the even wilder shit. So it's not. That's the beautiful part of blockchain, bro. Like it's so fucking fast. It's instant. It's damn near an understatement. That's why I'm so excited.
Litecoin's not though, bro. Litecoin takes a few minutes.
Well, I mean, everything's scalability is a thing, right? Everything's different. There's a lot of different things that determine how fast the transaction is going to come across, right? So that it's important to know that when you're thinking about different coins. You know what, yo, we gonna have to do a live about that where we actually get into something like that, and we keep it simple. We ain't got to go super deep. You know what I'm saying? But just you said what?
For testing purposes only, bro.
Testing purposes only, definitely.
Yeah, to see how fast 20K would come to me.
That would be lit. Yeah, I'm with it. Let's do it. Right, but you got to send me the 20K first, though. You got to send me the 20K first. That's the only way.
Bro, let's go over this example real quick, man. Yo, Australia's in the building. What up, Australia? So transferring money from a friend in Norway to a friend in Chile would at least require the following steps. Number one, go to bank and get the needed cash. Number two, go to a money exchange and change krona to USD, losing about 2 to 5% to the money changer.
Yep.
3, change USD to the Chilean peso, again, losing 2 to 5% to the money changer. Number 4, friend goes to the money exchanger and receives the cash. 5, friend goes to his bank and deposits the money. Time frame for this, 3 to 7 days.
Yep.
Compare that to making the transaction in Bitcoin, assuming both have Bitcoin wallets, of course.
Yep.
Number 1, set up your Lightning node with friend. 2, send money to friend with one click. Pay 0.0001 cent in transaction costs. 3, and I love this part, wait 5 milliseconds. Transaction completed.
Yo, tell me that's not
1 minute and 5 seconds, minus 1 minute if you already set up your node with your friend. That's
bananas,
great.
right? Yeah, it's bananas. And again, this article, right? That situation is basically expecting, right, that Lightning Network and that setup is very simple for the average Joe to be able to use. So when we get to that space, if you can do that with crypto, especially if fiat isn't in a place to where it is a digital currency like cryptocurrency, why would you not fucking do that? 5 milliseconds?
Exactly. I mean, hey, why not? Guys, we have 10 likes on this stream. But we have 26 viewers right now. Can everybody hit the like button? Can we get to 20 likes? Yo, Linda, can we get to 20 likes, bro?
I think we can.
I'm desperate for likes right now at this point.
Fiending.
We're desperate.
Hey, bro, you got them likes, bro.
Yo, I need those likes, bro. Yo, Paul McNeal, thank you so much for liking. Brad Davis, welcome to the broadcast. Caesar, thank you so much for liking. And by the way, friends, we have a very special guest on tonight's show. Okay, the curator himself, Paul McNeal, who provides us with these awesome news stories each and every single show. He's coming on tonight. So if you want to see that segment of the show, join us on YouTube, okay? Because eventually we're going to shut off the Facebook stream and we're going to solely be on our YouTube channel. We're live right now over on YouTube. And that's where you're going to want to be if you want to see all of us streaming together. Yeah. Yo, Paul, what's up? Stellar Lumens, I hear that's supposed to make transactions easy. How far are we away from that happening, if all?
Hey, that to me, right? So Stellar Lumens is doing it. I mean, they're running a hell of a fucking campaign right now. They're trying to make people a lot more aware of what they have going on. At the end of the day, any cryptocurrency that we're talking about, right? It needs to be simple from a UI and a UX standpoint. Because like I said, I cannot see Bitcoin or cryptocurrency going into a mass adoption like area. Yeah. people are having to copy and paste public keys. Like, who the fuck is going to want to do that every time? Risk possibly accidentally messing that up. This is doing too much. So I think when we have a gateways, channels, platforms, right, that make sending money back and forth as simple as PayPal, as simple as any app that operates Venmo, Zelle, that's when we're going to see basically a more of a mass adoption thing play out. In my personal opinion, that's what I think. So
let me ask you this, because Paul just commented a link right now in the chat and said actually Litecoin is much faster than Bitcoin, right? And I'm looking at the link right now. You can see it on YouTube, and the numbers are all here, right? Yeah. But so for me, or for anybody, does where you're sending it to change like the time frame sometimes?
Yeah. Well, what I was well, so for first of all, when I'm talking about Bitcoin being faster than Litecoin, now I wonder if that's from a right, because I'm thinking in terms of Lightning Network.
Bitcoin, right. No, I'm saying for myself.
Yeah.
Right. So for myself, so typically I only use Litecoin, right? Yeah. And I send it to certain places. And it always takes me about like 10 to 15 minutes for the transaction to be complete.
Right.
But the other day I did Bitcoin and it went like right away.
Instantly.
So I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
There's a lot of different things that factor in that determine how fast or slow that transaction goes and things like that, right? That's why I said it shouldn't matter where you're sending it, as far as if you're sending it to a cold wallet, hot wallet, exchange to an exchange, things like that, right? Because it all has to transact on the blockchain one way or another.
Right.
So unless you're dealing with a fucking intermediary exchange that has some serious weird shit going on in the background.
Well, I got an email about my long lost cousin over in Nigeria, and they needed a couple. They needed a couple K, so I had to send it over. Dude, thanks so much, Paul, for sharing these links.
Yeah, for real.
Y'all hear about the Genesis Vision Project?
I have not heard about that. Or I feel like I've definitely heard somebody say something about that, but I haven't looked into it myself.
All right. Well, moving on to the second news story of the night. This one's really awesome, man. Because we talk a lot about mass adoption on the show. What that looks like. Is it possible? Will we see it in the near future? This is a very interesting stat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Coming from Cointelegraph, Helen Parks wrote up this article, and it's titled 11% of Americans own Bitcoin. Yeah. Major awareness increased since 2017.
Yes.
Interesting, bro. Tell us what this is all about, man.
Yeah, so basically, there was a survey basically published by what is his name? Spencer Bogart, they said, from Blockchain Capital on April 30th, right? And then basically what they did was they conducted a survey between April 23rd of 2019 and April 25th of 2019, and they surveyed, I think, 2,052 people. So basically what they did is, based on those stats, they were trying to determine what is basically the Bitcoin awareness, and then also what are the ownership rates in comparison to previous years. And this shit actually was pretty fucking cool. So in terms of the Bitcoin awareness, they're comparing spring of 2019, so basically right now, to fall of 2017. So, in the midst of before Bitcoin had its major run, right? Right now, Bitcoin awareness, total, all age groups, is at 89% compared to fall of 2017, that being 77%. So they're up there, right? And another thing that they noted, right, is that in terms of the ownership aspect, they said 20% of American citizens aged between 18 to 34 claim to invest in Bitcoin. But, as you get higher in age, that number considerably lessens, which, we've seen this many a times, right? News articles that talk about basically millennials and the younger generation between 18 and 34 are the ones that's kind of driving it. And that's pretty much apparent too, even when they do go into the Bitcoin ownership rates, right? Again, the total ownership rates based on everybody in the US it's at 11%. So 11% of Americans own it, right? But 20% of that of that 11% is between the age of 18 and 34, right? And then it literally pretty much goes in order. That 15% of that is basically 35 to 44, and so on and so forth. So it's pretty interesting just knowing that 11% of America basically owns some Bitcoin, which I think is pretty fucking dope. And
I don't know about this, bro. I don't know, man. Like, these surveys kind of trip me out sometimes, bro. Chat, what do you guys think? Okay, about surveys, right? Because I mean, surveys. I mean, dude, I could do a survey tomorrow with me, my cat, and my parrot, and my dog, and say who likes fucking steaks.
Yeah.
And if all of them say they eat it, I could be like, hey, cats, dogs, birds, everyone, steak is their favorite. I was the stupidest fucking example I ever fucking said in my life. But you get what I'm saying, though. So on the website, right? The survey methodology. That's a weird word. I don't like that word.
Methodology.
I don't like that word at all. We should ban that word. Methodology.
Don't ever say that word again.
Methodology. This survey was conducted online with the United States between April 23rd and 25th. So it was a 2-day survey.
Yep.
Among 2,029 adults.
Yeah.
Aged 18 and over by the Harris Poll on behalf of Blockchain Capital. Figures for age, sex, race, ethnicity, education, region, and household income were weighted where necessary to bring them into line with their actual proportions into the population.
Yep.
Now here's the fine print. All sample surveys and polls, whether or not they use probability sampling, are subject to multiple sources of error, which are most often not possible to quantify or estimate, including sampling. So, dude, it was a very small sample size.
It wasn't a large sample size. That is correct.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Do you think that's accurate? What's 11% right now of the United States population? The U.S. population is 327 million.
Okay.
Hey, we deep, bro. The U.S. is deep, bro. We 327 million strong, baby. Let's go, baby. Yo, what's the population of Australia, Steph?
Yeah, what is the population of Australia?
Yo, 24 million. Yo, hey, you don't want it. You don't want it, Steph. You don't want it. We too deep. Now we talking about China. I don't know. That's a different story.
Yeah, that's a whole fight. They killing the game.
Yo, India's population is like 1 billion people, bro. It's insane. All right,
that's crazy.
327 million, right?
Multiply that by 0.1.
Multiply 11%. 35,970,000.
Interesting. Yeah, I would.
Do you think 35 million people know about crypto? Know about Bitcoin in this country alone?
Man, and that's the ownership. Do I think 35 million people own Bitcoin? I feel like it would be kind of hard to determine. Ownership. That's not awareness. That's ownership. That's
ownership.
I would like to think so, but I really think, I really think that we would really need to see this survey done on a much larger scale. I feel like get a more concrete number to where I really feel safe. So I mean, it's like judging 325 million people off of a little over 2,000 people. It's like how much weight does that really hold? Really?
Dude, I don't think much weight at all, man, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I would like to believe 35.9 million people in the United States own Bitcoin, but that is a staggering number. Texas, 28.7 million. Dude, that's bigger than the population of the entire state of Texas, bro.
It's a lot of fucking people.
I don't know. Yeah, what do you think? Do you think 35 million people in the United States own Bitcoin?
You know what would be interesting, bro? You know what the funny thing is when you think about it? It would be interesting if we went into like the top exchanges, top US exchanges, and just literally got a head count. How many people have Bitcoin right now?
If you own Bitcoin in the chat, comment 1 right now. Everybody drop a 1. Only if you own Bitcoin alone. Bro, I'm trying to figure this out, right? How can they make the assumption that 11%, 35 million people own Bitcoin from a sample size of only 2,000 people.
I'm sure it's mathematically driven, right? They definitely have equations in place that, based on that sample size, they run it through an equation, and that's how they end up coming to that particular statistic. You know, that's how you end up coming to that number. You know what? Fuck it, let's get them on Crypto Legends. Let's ask them.
I want to ask them, who are these 2,000 people?
Yeah. Why? Yeah.
Where are they?
That's a good question. In my personal opinion, you know,
I think that's a reach, bro, because a 2-day survey, 2,000 people, and you're gonna write an article saying 11% of Americans own Bitcoin. Dude, I want to email Spencer Bogart. I mean, hey, look, I'm not a mathematician by any means, so I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying that just sounds like
too good to be true.
5 million people. Bro, I want to test that. I'm going to go to the grocery store tomorrow and ask the entire grocery store and then publish a fucking survey.
Yo, you wow.
Take a look at the blockchain register, trace the IP. I just don't think we're there yet. Now, awareness, I would believe that in a heartbeat. I'd say even,
it's more than
40% of America knows what Bitcoin is, right? Yeah. But to say 11% owns it, I don't know, dude.
I mean,
it could be. Could be. Yeah. Brad Davis says they can't. Why not? Why not?
Oh, you mean
Robert, welcome to the stream, man. Guys, who do we have live with us, bro? I need to know. Paul says no. Paul doesn't agree with that 35 million mark.
Hell no.
He's like, nah. Take a look at Carlos, dude. You should do that, man. That'd be super cool. Take a look. Guys, again, thank you so much for being here. Dude, Lyndon, can you believe the other night on Friday we went live for 5 hours and had 20 viewers until 4 in the morning?
That's fucking bananas, bro. That's crazy.
Dude, you guys are the best, I swear. Like, I came to conclusions that there's many crypto shows out there, but man, it's just a different type of vibe over here.
I feel it.
I don't know, dude. It's just a different vibe. Like, the community here, bro, I'm loving it.
They go hard.
I'm loving the community.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next story. This one's about my boy. This is my guy right here, man. Honestly, man, this man right here is such an inspiration to me. I think he's one of the greatest entrepreneurs that the face of the planet has ever seen. What this guy has achieved is unbelievable. And man, like, he's just such a role model to me. Definitely. And that man is Elon Musk. Elon Musk wants to know what should be developed on Ethereum.
Yeah. So, and it was crazy. I was actually I was talking to him earlier on the phone, man, trying to get a more specific idea on what he meant. And when we were talking, man, he was pretty much like, I don't want to tell you too much.
Hey,
I wish.
Shut your ass up in the chat. Yo, I wouldn't even dude. When you told me that you interviewed the co-founder of Wikipedia, I will no longer doubt you at all. That you claim to know, talk to, or interview, bro. Because you be up to some stuff on the low, on the low, bro. I would not doubt it.
Nah, man. If Elon Musk, if you ever hear this, I would love to chat it up with you, bro. Facts. Call me private. I don't care.
Joe Rogan did it. Why can't you?
I know, and he smoked a blunt with him. I was mad jealous when I seen that. I was like, bro, you got to smoke a blunt.
Dude, that was so bad for his investors, bro.
They were like,
I don't remember, but did the stock went down that day, right? Sell. Elon's getting high on Joe Rogan's show. Sell shit.
I'm like, but if anybody can do it, it's fucking Elon Musk. I'll say that. Fucking.
There comes a point in your life, Lyndon, where you get so rich, you can just do whatever the fuck you want, bro.
It don't matter.
It's like, what are you gonna fucking do? What are you gonna fuck? What the fuck are you gonna do? I'll do whatever I want.
Man, I look forward to the day that I record a podcast and I'm sitting there smoking a blunt, bro. Like,
Hey, man, if you move to California, you can.
yeah, real talk. I do that shit. I would do that anywhere.
Not in Texas, bro. They just shot down the legislation today, man. I read an article.
Seriously?
I think it was today. Yeah. Texas doesn't want marijuana legalized.
I'm about to say something that's going to sound so stupid, but it's so true. Texas is like the U.S. of the U.S. Like, is the U.S. of the world. Like, I feel like they be so fucking slow with shit. Like, that shit's
man.
Dude, we had a whole talk about that shit on the last show.
We talked about this the other night. And then you got dropped from the live, man. I don't want the algorithms. You're already on the watch list, bro.
Right, let's not fuck this up. You know? But yeah.
So what's this about, bro? So he says, actually, this was yesterday. What should be developed on Ethereum?
Yeah. So it was random. He literally went on Twitter. This is how you know how dope he is. He literally went on Twitter and he tweeted out one fucking word: Ethereum. Everybody went fucking nuts. Literally everybody went nuts. And then Vitalik with his cool ass, he just came in there real smooth. Hey, bro, you should just come to the DevCon in October. Smiley face. And I'm like, damn. And then Elon Musk just slid back and was like, yo, what should be developed on Ethereum? Vitalik went into mad detail on what that should be, man, in a series of tweets. And it was a bunch of shit, bro. I mean, I could go through and read them. It's a long ass list. But I love what he said because a lot of the shit that he said holds merit. And could you imagine if fucking Elon Musk really showed up at DevCon?
That would be pretty sick, dude. Wait, for everybody that doesn't know, Vitalik is Ethereum creator.
Facts.
Right? So if you look at this Twitter thread, Elon says, stop giving away free ETH. Laughing face. And then Justin Sun responds, Tron. Yo, do you guys see this?
It's so lit, bro. Tell me that's not lit.
Yo, look at this, bro. This is hilarious, bro. So this is the thread, right? So here's where Elon says Ethereum, right? Look how many retweets it got, right? Then go through, and then this is Vitalik's. It says you should come to our DevCon in October. And then Justin goes Tron, and then look what this person puts. He's like, nah, bro.
Nah.
This ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, and you know what makes it even crazier about this is because everybody, if you pay attention to the news, you know Justin and CZ, man, or Justin and Vitalik, right? Justin looks up in a way to kind of what they're doing in a sense, right? Now, of course, right, it's like a friendly competition, but at the same time, they don't try to bash, I guess, in a super negative way. They try to do it as productively as possible or whatever in the case. So it was funny just seeing that. You know what would have been even funnier if CZ would have just came on and been like Binance. Just right under Tron.
Yeah, that would be hilarious, right? That would be awesome. Speaking of BNB, what's BNB trading at right now?
It's probably if it's out of the 20s, I'd be surprised.
Nah, it's 21.89 right now.
Get to the lower end.
Somewhere around there.
Okay.
Vitalik gave him the tech solution, not the Elon's answer.
I can't say I necessarily disagree with that because he definitely did give him a bunch of fucking tech answers.
I didn't see where he responded, but hey, this is pretty cool. I mean, guys, keep in mind, Elon Musk has 26 million followers on Twitter alone. Yeah. Right? So, I mean, that's a ton of influence, man. Mm-hmm. Seriously. Some pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool. Good one, Lyndon, says Carlos. Bro, let me check how many. Let me see if the legends came out in effect, bro.
Let's see. What's popping?
Did we get to 20 likes? Did we?
Did we?
Did we? Hey, we got 22 likes on the feed, man.
Damn.
22. Damn. Who hasn't liked the stream yet?
Yo,
Can
appreciate that
30?
shit.
Can I get 30?
Can we
Lyndon,
do
if we
30
get 30, bro, if we get
Yeah.
30, we're staying on until 7 a.m. Let's go. He's like, nah, bro.
Yo, I got to get some sleep, dog.
Dude,
a little bit.
I watched an interview with Elon the other night.
Yeah.
And he was crying. He was tearing up. And he was talking about how when he first announced his his initiatives to go to the planet Mars, right? And that he was pretty much shot down by all of his idols, right?
Damn.
Like people what's his name, bro? What's this guy's name?
Ooh.
What
field is he in?
The astronauts, the famous Chad, help me out here.
You got me, bro.
What's the famous astronaut that's always all over the news? The guy's so popular.
Astronaut is not, space is not my area of expertise.
Chad, help me out here. Who is the astronaut that's his face
Armstrong?
is
Armstrong? Shout out to Carlos.
No, not Neil Armstrong, but
you talking about recent?
Yeah, Neil Armstrong passed away a while ago, bro. Buzz may have been one, but there's another one though. He's like he still goes to space. This guy.
Yo, Brad said George Jetson. Yo.
Wait. I'm determined to get this guy's name. Not John Glenn.
Man,
yo an astronaut, dude.
Bro, I am in the dark. I have no fucking
idea. Me too. That's because it's showing, right? I don't know who. It might have been John Glenn. No, what's this guy's name?
Man.
I'll have to find it later. But this guy's a badass, man. He has a couple million followers on Instagram. Can you imagine going to space, dude? Like, bruh, like what? Like, yo, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm just going to fucking space. I'll be back. I'll be back next month.
Like what?
I'll be like, yeah, I got a fucking mission. I'm going to the space station, dude. Like, what's it like to be friends with an astronaut? That'd be so cool. Peter, I don't know who it is. I don't know, but I'll find out his name. The guy's super cool. But anyhow, Elon's great, man. Oh wait, Kelly, is that the one?
You mean Kelly? If anybody knows, it's definitely fucking Carlos.
Oh, it would be Carlos.
It would definitely be Carlos. Carlos probably sitting right next to his ass right now, just ain't telling nobody. He's like, yo, you want me to say your name on this live feed or no? You want me to say it or no?
No, this is him. It's Chris Hadfield.
Okay.
Chris Hadfield. Who knows this guy, Chris Hadfield? He's a Canadian astronaut. He's the first Canadian astronaut to walk in space. This guy's a badass. He has tons of YouTube videos from space. He's awesome. Anyways, moving on.
Yep.
Alan Shepard. No, Kim, not Alan Shepard. I think it was Chris. Chris Hadfield is who I was talking about, but Neil Armstrong passed away in 2012. Is Binance CZ the Zuckerberg of crypto? Okay, that's our last news story of the evening before we get to the second portion of the show.
Yep.
Lyndon, bro, take it away, man. What do we got here?
I was waiting for somebody to do this shit because I've heard people say it a million times, but I hadn't seen an article on it. So when I saw this, I was like, because in my opinion, bro, CZ's killing the game, bro. Like, he is killing the fucking game. And they tried to make a bunch of different, basically a bunch of parallels. This was actually done via a podcast. Let me see. It was so it was podcast 74 of Coin Talk. And basically the name of the episode was When Trolls Get Wrecked. And they was basically stating this claim, right? and they were trying to say that there are definitely parallels between both CZ and Zuckerberg. Some of the things they were saying, basically, right? So they were saying, such as their unconventional business styles and humble characters described as alternative company leaders. Definitely out of the norm. I don't feel like they're the typical suit and tie, super tight fit, type of CEO or company owner. That's for sure. The shit is pretty lax, but at the same time, I feel like when you look at both companies, as far as execution, I mean, they fucking execute. Now again, right? See, Binance is still super early on, right? Binance has not been around. Binance hasn't even been around for 5 fucking years. So it's probably a little prematurely to be saying that. But if we're talking about in the moment of now, CZ's handling this fucking business. And another thing they talked about even is the shared charity and the humility that they've shared too, right? One of the most popular things that CZ said was Ethereum can do much more than BNB and features. Let's grow together. Now, he's recognizing this in a sense, right? He's not out here saying like, "Yo, BNB is the best shit ever," even if he's really thinking about it. And we talked about this on the other show. I think it was on the last episode where I was saying BNB, they're holding it down from a business aspect as far as the way they're running the exchange and all of that stuff, right? But technology wise, I do not feel like they're on par to, as of right now, compete with like Ethereum. And I feel like he knows that. So what that for me, hearing him say something like that, I feel like it shows a lot. It means that he has a realistic perspective of himself in relation to the whole crypto atmosphere. So that's where I really fucked with that statement. And then also they were just talking about him doing charitable shit. He did something they would say it was called the Binance Lunch for Children, and basically he raised 8.7 almost 9 Bitcoin at the time, almost $50,000 in USD equivalent to feed hungry children in countries. They said some of the countries were Kenya. Yeah, that's dope. Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. Tanzania. Can I say the fucking word? Damn.
Tanzania.
Yeah, Tanzania. I can't get it out. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. No, but so it'll be. I want to see this, and I want to observe this from a long-term perspective, and I want to see if this actually plays out. If Binance is around 10 years from now, can we still say that exact same thing that we're saying right now in this article? So, longevity, bro. If he's around, I already said this, man. I really think BNB and Binance is going to be one of the biggest exchanges, biggest coins of the.
Don't say that, bro. Please.
I'm just saying,
bro. I'm so salty, man. Just
execution, bro.
Bro, I used to have so much BNB, dude. I knew it, bro. I fucking knew it.
Why'd you sell
Kevin, what's up, bro? Welcome to the broadcast, man.
Ooh. Why'd you sell it, man? I'm
reading an article from CZ. Actually, it's actually about CZ, saying that the other day he put up a tweet yesterday saying in a few years there will be more users in crypto than there are users for the internet.
True.
Damn, son.
Crazy, right?
Yo, what does it look like to start a company like Binance?
Probably fucking bananas.
Like, I want to read this story. Like, I wonder if there's any documentaries about Binance. Like,
that's a good question. I don't know.
Do you just wake up one day and say, I want to fucking create an exchange? Like,
he woke up one day and was like, "Yo, I want to be rich as fucking crypto. Let's create an exchange." But dude, I mean,
I love Binance, man.
Yeah. I do. I would love to sit down with him and ask him specific questions on like, what did it take really to get this shit going, resource wise? How much money did you need up front? What does shit really look like behind the scenes? And I wouldn't even care if I could never even tell anybody. I would just love to just hear that for myself, to just hear what that shit is like. Because I couldn't imagine some shit like that would be super simple. And then I feel like in the way he's executed it, he's done so fucking well, bro.
Yeah.
He's done so well in comparison to other exchanges that you hear that are complete fucking horror stories and nightmares. I feel like he's done pretty good scaling out into this point. I To me, the true test is going to be this next bull market, bro. But I think he's fucking smart. If he's smart, he has to be. The way he's been executing, he's already getting prepared for shit like that. You know, because you remember during the last bull market, man. You remember when people couldn't even sign up to exchanges; they were shutting shit down. You couldn't go. You couldn't sign up
I
for
remember,
weeks.
dude.
Yeah, like shit.
You know, it's crazy. I'm reading this here. It says that Binance is capable of processing 1.4 million orders per second.
And that was before they did the mainnet swap. So I'm curious to ask, they're going to do a mainnet swap. I couldn't imagine that number is going to drop necessarily, right? And they're talking about that server speed that they have, basically the process transactions. So I wonder if that's still the same even right now, if that was upgraded in preparation of BNB and them anticipating a huge level of transactional volume in the future. Like,
Dude, I
that's
wonder if you can tour their facilities or something. Probably not, but that would be cool if they did something like that in the future.
You probably could if you were fucking Elon Musk.
Oh fuck, dude, that's a text away. Like, yo, I'm coming through. Fucking, I'll see you
On my way.
On my way, bro. I wonder, like, behind the scenes, like, what goes on to prevent a company like Binance from getting hacked? Like,
Oh, it's
what does
probably
that look like?
yeah, it's probably fucking bananas. I mean, that's
I don't know anything about hacking at all. Like,
yeah.
you know, Binance has not been hacked before, right?
Yeah. I feel like I'll read so much fucking news I can't remember. I feel like they may have been, but it may have been minor. Hold on. Now I gotta look at this. Has Binance ever been
And
hacked?
guys, for those of you that don't know, Binance has a completely, like, a super awesome academy where you can learn all about blockchain and crypto for free. Kevin says never hacked. Funds are
Yeah.
safe. I wonder what that looks. Can you imagine
Yep.
what I wonder what their dollar amount per day looks like in transactions.
Oh, it's nuts, dude. I already know it's nuts. Um I read an article not too long that talked about how much money they made in this first quarter, and it was well over 100 million, if I remember correctly. Um, how much money they made within the first quarter? Fuck, I can't remember the exact number, but yeah, it's fucking crazy. I think last year they made shy of 500 million in profits.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
Yo, Jeremy White, welcome to the broadcast. Not hacked, but DOS. Okay. To the moon and beyond, says Kevin. I love it. I love it. Guys, Lyndon, I think it's time, bro.
Yo,
I think it's time. Is it time?
I think it's time.
Guys, if you're brand new here, let me explain to you what's about to happen, okay? And pay close attention here. Okay?
Do that.
The
I'll be
first
right back.
thing that you have to do is thumbs up this video. Okay? You gotta thumbs up the video. All right. If you don't thumbs up the video right now, the screen's gonna go black and the feed's gonna cut off. And I don't want you to miss out on what I'm about to share with you. Kevin says it's time. I like where your head's at, Kevin. You have to thumbs up the video right now in order to hear what I'm about to say, or we have this new feature where the feed just cuts off, like your screen's gonna go black. All right. I'm gonna count to 5. If you can still hear the sound of my voice after 5 seconds, then you're good. You're in the clear. Kevin says, "Come on, peeps." Man, we're 4 likes away from 30 likes, guys. 30 likes. You guys are awesome. I'm going to wait for Lyndon to get back, and then I'm going to share with you what's about to happen. If you already been here before on the show, then you definitely know what time it is. I I just did a live into Legend showing you how we renovate a house Aussie style. Yo, Tony, what's up, brother? Welcome to the broadcast, man. Thank you. Yo, Matt, got you. Yo, Fatty, thanks for being on YouTube. Matt says it's game time.
Yo,
All right, brother. Dude, I was waiting for you.
let's get it, bro.
All right, my friend. So this is the portion of the show where Lyndon and I, it's almost midnight, which means that Crypto After Dark is starting up, okay?
Hey,
Let me tell you what Crypto After Dark is all about, all right? Crypto After Dark is where we kind of go off the script, all right? It's where, it's the late night power hour, and we go over to our YouTube channel, which is a brand new channel, by the way. We're 2 or 3 weeks into YouTube now.
facts.
And we're going to bring some special guests on the show, okay? Tonight, we have a really sick lineup for you. We have Mr. Paul McNeal, the crypto curator, who's going to be hopping on and hanging out with us for a bit. And we also have Carlos tuning into the broadcast as well. Carlos is going to be hanging out. And Carlos adds a lot of value because Carlos is a tech wizard, right? I mean, this guy loves tech. He's a computer science wizard. He's been doing it his whole life. And, Carlos is going to be adding value. Yep. We got a new guest, Paul, coming on to the show. He's going to be adding some value. And we're going to be hanging out, right?
Yep.
Hanging out, having fun. I mean, dude, the other night at 3 a.m, what were we talking about? We were talking about guns. We were talking about alcohol. We were talking about marijuana. We were talking about computers. Right? We were talking about some cool shit, man.
Right,
the show. So if you're not on YouTube already, okay, this is exactly how you're going to get onto the show and pay very close attention so that you don't miss out on this, okay?
Right.
I'm going to drop a link for you right now, okay? And that link just went live, okay, in the chat. That's the YouTube channel. If you can't click the link for whatever reason, all you have to do is go to YouTube and type in Crypto Legends, okay? I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like right here on my screen. Okay.
Thanks.
And Lyndon, if you can go ahead and invite our special guest onto the show, that'd be awesome.
Let's do it. All right. Let me see.
You're gonna come up here to the search bar on YouTube and you're gonna type in Crypto Legends. Crypto Legends. Okay. We should be the first one to pop up. This is what the channel will look like. Crypto Legends. Me and Lyndon in our Mario logo, right? You can chat with us over here. We can see the chat, right? You can see all the articles that we talked about tonight. You can see the registration for the private course that Lyndon and I are doing in May, right? Yep. So you can get the link right there. And we also have a bunch of other resources here for you as well. Come over here. You can see the chat. Come over to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and comment and just say here, so we know that you're rocking with us live, okay? And I want you guys to come over right now, start joining in, go to YouTube because we're gonna end this broadcast.
Yep, on Facebook,
and we're gonna strictly be on YouTube, okay? Who's coming over? Who's coming over? Kevin, you coming over? Who's coming over? We gotta get the chat hype over here. We'll give people a few minutes to come over. Yo, Alex, what's up, man? Welcome to the broadcast.
Cool.
Kevin says gold is king. How much gold you got, Kevin? How much gold you got, bro? Kevin sleeps on a gold brick.
Yeah,
shit. Gold.
Let me borrow that bed then, please.
You can't get enough of it.
Man.
All right, guys. All right, listen, guys. We're gonna end the Facebook feed, okay? One last announcement, because you know what, bro, Lyndon? Every time we end the Facebook, people think that we just ended the show.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
They don't know we're live on YouTube.
Oh, we here. We out here. Come over.
All right, guys. With that being said, I'll see you on YouTube. Let's go ahead and bring in our second special guest.
Hey,
and it's going to be a good time. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining in on Facebook. Again, come over to YouTube right now, okay? Right now, we'll see you there.
Be on it. Hey.
All right. Yo, Paul, what's up, dude?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much.
Hey, man, thanks so much for joining us tonight, bro.
Absolutely.
Man, I hear such great things about you, man, for, I don't know, maybe 2 years that I've known Lyndon. I always hear your name coming up, so it's a pleasure, man. Really, it's an honor to have you on the show, man.
Hey, happy to be here.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. That's man. Paul's the homie, bro. He is like, yo. This is like, man. Yo, I gotta tell you, bro. I just had the dopest, funnest fucking podcast interview with Block Society, bro. Man, them dudes are super. Jeremy's dope. Steven's dope. They are sharp as shit, and they know their shit, and they know how to have a good time, man. I had a blast, dude. Super appreciate you sending them my way, man. It was amazing.
Yeah, they're awesome,
dude. And what was this company again, Lyndon?
Block Society, basically, they are the first licensed and registered with the SEC, first licensed and registered cryptocurrency trading firm. So basically, they don't have to be like, this is not investment advice. Literally, what they tell you is fucking investment advice. You can say that. So yeah, they're dope, man.
Okay, so this is some sort of paid service.
Yep.
Yes, they have.
Okay.
Yep, yeah, pretty much. And you know, man, dude, it's so dope. So they have trade signals. They do education courses. They do chat groups. It's so much stuff, bro. They give you full fundamental analysis on the market, on specific projects. When they when I say they dive deep, bro, into these projects, they do so much fucking homework. It is crazy. Like it's amazing, bro. It really is amazing.
Wow.
But it's dope, bro. It's a good time.
So what is this new to the scene right now, or have they been around for a while?
They've been around for, before they got registered with the SEC, they've been around, I'd say probably about 1.5 years, I think.
Man, so what does that look like for them to get registered with the SEC to be able to do this?
Yeah, they have to jump through some serious hoops to actually get registered with the SEC. And when they were getting ready to we were trying to help them out marketing and stuff. And they were talking about all the different regulations. They were working with their lawyers, working with the SEC, had to be careful about everything they say, how they say it. It's nuts.
Yep.
Wow.
Facts.
That's crazy, man. So Lyndon, look forward to hearing that episode drop, man.
Yep. Yeah, bro. It's dropping on Monday. I
Can't
cannot wait, bro. They are crazy.
I think he logged out.
Awesome. So, Paul, for everybody that doesn't know who you are, man, would you mind just introducing yourself a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. My name is Paul McNeal, known as the Crypto Curator. I've been doing curation type business for a long time. If I give a brief synopsis, I left high school. I worked in fast food a lot during high school. I didn't get a chance to go to college, so I went to the Navy. I served 10 years in the Navy. I was on submarines, which most people are like, you're crazy. I thought I was crazy too by going living underneath the water for months on end. I didn't realize what I was doing. But I did that for a while. I got out of the military, went work for the government, and then that's when I met a good friend of mine. We started a business doing the curation. We curated content for most of Capitol Hill, part of the White House, Fortune 500 companies. I exited out of that business, started my own IT consulting business, came across Bitcoin, and then I started curating news about crypto. So that's sort of a quick rundown.
All right. So 2 follow-up questions. Number 1, has anyone ever told you look like Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Yeah, constantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't be the only one, right?
No, you're not the only one.
Okay, good. It was a very good thing, but you do realize Cuba Gooding Jr. Yep. And number 2, dude, that's crazy. So you've actually been on a submarine before.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Long as we've been underwater without seeing the sun, not actually surfacing, 3 months.
3 months underwater?
3 months underwater.
Bro, that's bananas.
What does that do to your ears?
Oh no, your ears are fine. You're in the compressed compartment, because what they do is that when you dive the sub, they compress the air and equalize the air in the sub so that it's just as if you were standing in your house. It's no different.
I think I heard once that people used to pop their own eardrums to release the pressure.
Yeah, no, I haven't done that. Sometimes if they don't have the pressure right in the boat, you will get the same experience you do on an airplane. When an airplane is coming down too fast, or they're going up too fast, and your ears you're not clearing your ears. Yeah, they call it Valsalvo or something like that to your ears that you have to do, and they give you tests for that before you go in to make sure you can do that successfully.
Wow, dude, that is insane.
It is insane.
I mean, what do you do on a sub for 3 months?
Yeah, so that's the funny thing, right? So you think about it, you're like, what are you going to do for 3 months? I tell you what, they have you working night and day. So we have 3 shifts on a sub, 6 hours each. So really a day is like 18 hours, but it rolls over to the next shift. That's the 4th shift. So if you're new to the boat, you're a junior guy on the boat, you will spend 6 hours on watch doing whatever. Mostly if you're a junior guy and you're enlisted, you're driving the sub for 6 hours, or else you're running around doing messenger work. Then when you get off watch, you have 12 hours to study, eat, do training, and get sleep. And then you're coming back on watch for the next 6 hours. So sometimes, depending on where the shift is, you might not get much sleep.
Wow, man. You know, I'm sure you've been up to the Intrepid, right? Up in New York. They have that sub right next to the Intrepid. I've been on that for a little walkthrough, man. That's some crazy stuff right there, man. So
it is great.
And that's awesome. So how long have you been in the crypto world?
I came across crypto 2011. I actually went back to verify because I was like, I just wanted to make sure. And I sent a Facebook message to someone when I saw a CNN article about Bitcoin or something like that popped up. And then I heard about it again from Trace Mayer, or it was Max Kaiser on Twitter. And they were talking about it because I live on Twitter. And then I started, again, going down the rabbit hole, reading the white paper, following more people, understanding what's going on. And, been in it since then. So it's 2011.
Damn.
That's awesome, dude. Well, again, great to have you. And we had Carlos join in, man. Carlos, welcome to the show, bro.
Hey.
How are you guys? Hey,
Good.
Paul, anchors away, buddy. Nice picture you got behind you right there with all the white.
Yeah, for some reason, Carlos and Lyndon, I can't see.
Carlos, can you go ahead and turn your mic up a little bit, brother?
Hold up a second. How will we do this?
Oh, you can't see them?
Oh.
Really? Okay. I can see all of you. Lyndon, can you see everybody?
Yeah, I see everybody. Man,
Okay.
Technology is funny, ain't it?
Yeah, that's.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, well, then, you know what? Let me go out and come back in. That's probably what it is.
Yeah,
that's probably what it is.
Do that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're just a little bit low.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna need Google Hangouts to step their game up. What is with technology, bro? Oh man, that is crazy,
dude. Lyndon, it's only a matter of time before somebody revolutionizes the way that
this make a blockchain video, man.
Operates. Because there's so many issues, right? But
you're back in.
Yes, I am. I'm back.
You hear me now?
Oh, you know what? This is definitely got to be Google Hangouts. So he came in, and now I can't see or hear him.
You can't see or hear me?
How does that make any sense? Like, yo, what's going on with Google? Let me see if I.
Yeah, because I can see Carlos, and I can see.
I'm gonna just play with stuff.
Can you hear me good now?
Yep, I can
hear you fine, Carlos. I just can't.
You just can't hear the rest of them.
Matt says Carlos needs some wine. But anyways, Carlos, man, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I was saying anchors away, Paul, man. Like, I love that picture you got right behind you with all the, the white uniforms going on, man.
Yeah, that's our boot camp picture.
Is that? That's good.
Yeah.
Military background here too, man.
Awesome. What branch?
I was in the Army and for the past, oh my gosh, almost 17 years I've been with the Air Force.
Oh, wow. Holy cow.
Yeah. So,
that's awesome.
And believe me, the whole time within the computer space.
That's really good.
Yeah. So I was actually reading your bio over there, man, and you were involved with DITRA. You guys did some you guys do some crazy work there. I know that we can reveal here, but
That's right. Ditcher was a fun agency to work for. That was unbelievable.
yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah.
We
I was with them when it was called On-Site Inspection Agency. A lot of people are not aware of the agency. The average citizen probably don't. But On-Site Inspection Agency was put together between a agreement between Gorbachev and Reagan to dismantle the long-range nuclear weapons. And I was there for about a couple years, and then right before I left, they merged that agency, On-Site Inspection Agency, with Defense Nuclear Agency and Defense Threat Security Agency to form DTRA. And so all three of those came together, and yeah, so that's what it is now.
Yeah, I mean that was like the beginnings of, the old ways to threat United States. Now we evolve into the crypto space. That's a completely different monster right there altogether.
It really is.
Yeah. So, well, glad to have you here, man.
Absolutely. Same.
Learn about you, man.
Lyndon, are you all good? Are we?
I'm good. Hey, Paul, can you hear me and see me?
Yeah, London is still not in, or I don't know. I don't know if him logging out and coming back in helps, or
I think he just did. What is going on?
I don't know.
We've never had this problem. We get our first special guest on the show. Yeah. God damn.
Okay. Let me bring the tech part of this.
Sweet.
Are you guys into the Google piece of it? Or are you guys listening to your actual browser that is doing the transmission?
I'm on the Google piece.
I am on the Google piece too.
Hangout too.
Yeah, we're all on Hangouts, I believe.
Yeah. Let me ask the chat. Chat, can you guys all hear us and see us clearly?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me do something. I'm gonna see if this changes the game up. Hold on.
I can hear all three of you.
Okay. Anyhow, excuse me for 1 second, gentlemen. I'll be right back. But crypto. Inception.
What's going on there? Oh shit! What happened?
How many? Will the real Lyndon please stand up?
Hold on.
You're freaking me out.
I'm gonna get this right. I promise.
You're scaring me. But Carlos, man, if you could take it away for a second, I'll be right back.
So, Paul, just tell me a little bit about yourself, man. I saw you like going around, helping business and bringing the crypto right into reality, how we all call it, because I was discussing this with Lyndon. It's like it's about business. What kind of problem you're trying to fix, and yeah, the crypto, the coins and everything is a result of some problem you're trying to resolve. And I'm really interested. What's your mind on that?
Yeah, so I mean, for me right now, most of what I do is, in fact, curate all this news every day. I send the brief out. I do a podcast. We have a YouTube show. When it comes to the business aspect of it, like actually consulting with businesses, I haven't worked with too many yet. We've done a few events here in Northern Virginia to where we were talking to commercial realtors. I teamed up with a gentleman named Peter Rogers. He runs a consulting firm called Welford Management and Consulting. And so we put on an STO event for the commercial real estate sector. And we're looking to do a couple more of those, but we're trying to raise the awareness of what's going on so that people in business can begin to pay attention to what's happening. And that's mostly what I've been focused on is, again, just raising the awareness, because I got to tell a lot of people, I'm not really an expert at the actual technology itself because I'm not a developer, but I can help put it on folks' radar enough that they begin to pay attention. I can point them in directions to where they need to go, but I don't work with.
Yeah, I see. Reading about your background, I just saw a lot of this real estate background, and so I imagine you being typing into that business space.
Yep. So I worked with a commercial real estate company and a property management company. I was operations officer at one point, and then switched over and got my real estate license, so I was one of the agents. I did a tenant rep deal there while I was there, but I didn't. I was there for probably a few years. My good friend, his father passed away suddenly, and so I helped him make that transition from one location to the next, rebranding the organization and dealing with the teams, the day-to-day work, stuff like that. But I know enough of folks in the commercial real estate sector that's why I wanted to reach out to them and say, hey, I want to put something on your radar. You need to pay attention to the tokenizations of properties, because that's becoming a big deal right now. We've got deals that's been happening in Colorado, Florida, New York, all around the globe for the most part when it comes to tokenizing commercial property. Something they want to pay attention to.
Yeah. Remember, Lyndon, we were talking about that last Friday. Specifically about tokenization of investments, when it comes to not just one house, but, like big investments, when it comes to real estate.
Facts. Yeah, that is true. Paul, can you hear me now? Can you see me? Yeah. No?
Did those guys jump back in yet?
I don't think. Can Paul hear me yet?
Oh yeah, actually, Lyndon, I can see Lyndon on the recorded section, but I can't see him on the other one.
Can you hear him?
Nope.
They can't hear me either.
But I'm gonna jump out and I'm gonna jump back in one more time, see if that helps.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's see. we're playing hot potato tonight, yo.
like musical seats, man, going on.
I know. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy. I'm like, yo, it's like we never had this problem before. We done had 1 million people on here and we never run into this problem. And then tonight all of a sudden it's a problem. Technology, man.
Hey, you know what? It always happens.
Facts. Technology is that.
Hey, you know what? You brought up this point earlier
about
Elon Musk and asking about. Oh, Ross is back.
What up, boy?
I'm back.
Well,
yo, okay, hold on.
Can we all hear each other or what?
Wait, hold on, Paul.
Yep, we can now. But I can tell you why. Because I was using Brave before, and Brave doesn't work with Google.
Okay, I was just about to tell you. I was going to ask you if you use the Brave browser. So here, all right. So for everybody watching and listening to this, do not do Google Hangouts with multiple people and leave your Brave browser on the Google Hangout section. It will cause problems. Take the shield down.
Wow, yeah, that's it. That's interesting though. Holy cow!
That's what it is.
So why is that?
I'm guessing so that's the thing, right? The Brave browser, when they block a lot of stuff, it may interfere with some of the things that naturally run on that website. Now, I'm not sure technologically exactly what it is, but I've ran into this on certain websites, right? You have to take the Brave browser shield down, otherwise it will literally block you from certain portions of the website. Yep. One of the things, it's crazy, but we're good now.
Yo, Eddie Robles, welcome to the show.
Oh, that's my buddy right here from he's a neighbor, dude.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Is that your buddy?
Yeah, he's a real estate flipper like you.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for everybody being here with us live on YouTube. If you are here, can we just get a roll call going? Who's here with us right now live?
Yeah.
And if you happen to be watching this on the replay, let us know as well. Fatty says we can hear all of you. Dude, shout out to Fatty. Fatty was live with us until like 4 in the morning the other night.
He was, man.
Oh, man. So that's insane though that the Brave browser kind of blocks that out.
Yeah.
So Paul, man, I'd love to get some insight from you, man. Like, what do you think of the current state of the market?
Yeah, man. So as far as I look at the current state of the market, a couple of things. One, I'm super excited, right? So looking at this since 2011, watching us go through at least 3 of these cycles where the prices run up and pull back again. Where we are right now, and again, this is based on a lot of information I've been reading from different folks. For instance, Delphi Digital was the first research group that came out and said that the bottom would be in during Q1 of 2019. So far, they were spot on. I read the 59-page Bitcoin report they put out. They put out another report on UTXOs. I read all of that. So what I feel right now is happening is that there's a lot of, and you probably have heard this, there's a lot of building that's been going on during this bear market. And we're about to see an explosion of all of that work come out as soon as we can clear up a few more things. And I tell people there's 2 areas that's left to be done. Custody and regulation. If we get good custody solutions put in place and we get solid regulation from the regulators, and I think they're getting close, we're going to see this thing take off.
And by thing, you mean crypto as a whole or Bitcoin?
Well, yeah, crypto as a whole. And so I think we have one more cycle of a alt party to happen before we see the alts sort of go away. Because here's the thing with Bitcoin, and this is what a lot of people keep, I think, mixing up. There's a phrase that says Bitcoin can't until Bitcoin can. And so, Bitcoin couldn't do a lot of things. It can't be payment. It's a lousy store of value because it's volatile, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, each one of these excuses that people give for why Bitcoin can't do something, we're going to start solving it. Like what you mentioned earlier, actually, you're spot on in a way. Bitcoin's transaction times, they are getting a lot shorter than where they were before. It used to take a long time, but now that time is shortening. And as Lyndon said, he's absolutely correct. If it's a Lightning payment, it's much faster than Litecoin.
Yeah.
Lightning payments are almost instant.
They cost though.
But yeah, they cost. Right.
Oh, they definitely cost. Yeah.
There's going to be fees, stuff like that associated with
and that's where the competition comes, with all the coins.
Yep. And I think you're going to constantly see that until we can get this thing stable and until it gets to a certain level. But I think that's going to happen after this next run up that we have. I think that's going to shake out the rest of it. And then from that point, I think we might be headed into some type of stability.
Yeah. Yep. I'm like,
so you think that you said something there. You said the alt market, you said the alts are going to have another run.
Yep.
And then that's going to come to an end. Is that?
I think we'll have another run on the alts. Now, again, when we're talking alts, so I have to separate it because I think within the top 10, those are some solid projects. I use Brave New Coin as a site that I check price instead of CoinMarketCap. You can use either one of them. I use Brave New Coin. But if you look at the top 10 projects, those are solid. I'm not sure we're going to see a shake out of those. If you drop to 10 to 20, maybe, because there's still some good projects in there. After 20, I just don't see anything that has staying power.
Yeah.
And why is that? Is that a technology issue or?
The teams that are behind the projects, I think the projects themselves, they just don't have enough power behind them. The market caps of them are too small. They're thinly traded. They're heavily manipulated. I think there's a lot of issues and problems. Now, again, there might be project number 100 that might be doing well, that might rock it up. I'm not sure. But, and again, with all this, I don't think any of us can be 100% sure. It's all new. It's a new area. Who knows what's going to happen?
Hey, Paul,
where do you?
I'm sorry, Ross. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to ask Paul, where would you draw the line in market cap? Where, like, what do you say? Like, a billion, less than a billion?
I say about a billion. Right now, if you look at the billion market cap, you got Dash is the last one that's in the billion. From Dash, Monero, Tron, Tether, Cardano, Stellar, Binance, EOS, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So all of those are in the $1 billion club. Everybody else below that, they're out of it. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, which that's got drama around it. Now, IOTA is the one. So IOTA, I just read an article tonight about that. They said IoT firms are going to be forced to buy IOTA, and they're going to be forced to accumulate it. Now, if that happens, which it very well could, I think you're going to see IOTA pop up into the $1 billion club. So,
really?
Man.
Interesting. So you said that they're forcing their teams to buy IOTA, or what was?
Well, the news story said that IoT firms may be forced to accumulate IOTA tokens, because if that network, that blockchain winds up becoming a very useful blockchain, then any IoT device will need IOTA in order to operate on that blockchain. Therefore, all of those IoT firms are going to need IOTA tokens to operate on that blockchain.
Yep.
Which it could be huge.
Yep, they're going to corner the market in a really interesting ass way.
Hey, interesting. Carlos, you were going to add something there?
Yeah, no, I just want to pick Paul's brain about Cardano. What was it, yesterday or today? Charles Hoskinson just came out and gave this speech about how they're creating this new platform called Atala,
Mhm.
you know, to help the African, you know, governments, and everybody was up in arms, like, wait, hold up a second, you're creating a brand new infrastructure, a whole new network when we have Cardano. How is that going to help? And his business mind just literally popped out of nowhere and says, like, hey, hold up a second. You know, yes, I am a big supporter of IO, you know, Cardano, you know, era, but at the same time, I'm trying to create this spectrum where I can privatize, you know, the transactions of uh, microeconomies, you know, that's happened in Africa, and create this environment that later on we can do in leverage against the Cardano ADA networks. What's your thought about that?
Yeah, I haven't dove into that particular article of that he's talking about. I'm familiar with one you're talking about. I just put it in, I think, in the brief either yesterday or maybe even going in tomorrow.
Yeah.
But about Cardano launching this enterprise blockchain framework, but it's in collaboration with the Ethiopian government, is what
Right.
you're
Yeah,
referring to.
exactly.
Yeah, it says Atala is the name of it. It's named after a butterfly that resides in Florida.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Which is funny because it's the logo of IO.
That's right. That's right. The IO logo. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I haven't done a lot of work on this, but it says something about it using IBM Hyperledger as well. But here's my thing with any of the projects that come up, and this is what I would caution anybody. When we hear of a brand new project coming up, no matter where it is around the globe, how they're working with it, we have to give it time to flesh itself out to see what actually is going to happen, because you never know what happens. It could be very successful. There are still people that's dogging out EOS, and EOS was a $4 billion blockchain project. And I tell you, what have they produced? Jury's still out. But it still exists and it's still there. Where did all that money go? Don't know. So,
well, his argument was that it was the same, you know, base platform as Cardano, building this Atala infrastructure. So, hey, let's bring these guys in, these millions of dollars into the mix, and once they're in, hey, I can borrow you some money for your business, to grow your business into the ADA network. But how do I get into the ADA network? Hey, you already have that infrastructure. It's just one for one. So it was kind of like a really interesting way to think about business. You know, how you interconnect both of them.
Right. And that's another thing that's coming up. Interoperability of blockchain is a big deal. If you look at Cosmo, I was just listening to the podcast with the Cosmo folks on, and that's their whole thing behind Cosmos is Tendermint. The way he's explaining it is Tendermint is sort of like an operating system, and Cosmos is going to be like I forgot what he likened. Like the internet is what he said. And so you're going to have, I think, ultimately a bunch of blockchains interacting with each other, and that's the whole objective of Cosmos, is to allow any blockchain to talk to the other blockchains.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is a brand new world that we're headed toward. I think we're seeing the entire fabric of society and the world and the globe and borders and everything be completely erased and redrawn by this technology.
Yep. Definitely.
I gotta be honest, boys. I have zero idea what you guys are talking about, but it's all good. Hey, I'll leave it up to you guys.
Right.
Paul, how do we make some big money?
Yeah, so the way I think people make big money, so I have a school of thought of myself. There are some people that are traders and they do exceptionally well with traders. Listen, if you have the ability and the acumen to trade and you have the discipline to trade and the psychology, you can make a killing. I mean, a killing in crypto. Why? Because some of these altcoin projects, they skyrocket. So what Lyndon was talking about, he talked to Block Society before, and I'm sure those guys told him about this. Those guys trade these smaller projects, these altcoins. like crazy. And here's the goal. You make a lot of money in altcoins, rotate that back over to Bitcoin, and you're safe. And that's what I see a lot of these day trader type folks doing. They are dealing with altcoins, making a lot of money, and then moving that over buying Bitcoin because now they have the resources. So that's one way to do it. The other way is they call it stacking sats, right? Just keep dollar cost averaging your way, buying nothing but Bitcoin until you get one Bitcoin. And a lot of people don't understand having one Bitcoin is a lot of money, but you don't see it now because the market hasn't matured. But once this thing matures, if we get to where what you guys were talking about before, about that 11% folks and how many, if everybody got in a Bitcoin the way we think they are, this thing's going to go to 1 million, 10 million. That's a lot of money. Just
that's true. That's super true.
We got a question coming in saying, what do we need to bring it more mainstream? We need these corporations, franchises to accept crypto payments, says Matt Zen.
So Matt, here's the thing when it comes to using this. So money has three characteristics, they say. It's store value, then it becomes a medium of exchange, and then it becomes a unit of account. With Bitcoin, we're still trying to work on that store value to make it a stable store value. And the project that Barry Silver just launched today about, dropping gold could be the very beginning of this phase of us making this a true store value. A medium of exchange, in order to do that, here's what's going to happen before companies begin to accept crypto. We've got to figure out taxes. We can't have people paying taxes on crypto that they're using. And I guarantee you, everybody today is not paying taxes on every transaction they do. All these Lightning Network transactions, every last one of them should be taxed. And if you're not reporting that, you're not doing it right. Nobody's doing that. So either the IRS is going to have to give and say, okay, time out. We will take and remove taxes on a certain amount of money, whether that be $600 like it is with some of the other legal ramification with money, or we are going to force them to make that decision because guess what? We're going to use it anyway, and we're not going to report the taxes on it. So you might as well take and fix it.
Yeah. Yep. That's true.
It's I never really put thought into that. That's pretty. Yeah. You make a really good point, right? Taxes for all the transactions. Like, for example, if I don't even know if this would be an example, but if I sell you a car, you pay me in Bitcoin. I mean, who's paying the sales tax?
Right. So if you sell me a car and I pay you in Bitcoin, I have to report to the IRS that I gave you $30,000, and they say, great, you now owe us short-term or long-term taxes on that $30,000 that you gave over to Ross. And if that's the case, I'm not going to do that. It's no incentive for me to do that. Now for you, Ross, it's great. You know why? Because you're not going to pay a credit card processing fee or any bank fees, and it's going to get transferred to you right away. And guess what? I have no recourse to come back and get that money like you do with the credit card. There's no chargebacks. Once I pay for that car and give you the Bitcoin, you're like, I'm out of here. And no matter what anybody says, I can never get that money back.
That the whole chargeback thing is nuts, man. Like as a merchant, like I love that.
Love it.
Like I'd love to have no chargebacks ever again because they suck. I mean, but it's almost like, do you think that scares some potential customers away, knowing that they can't get they can't file a chargeback?
The true believers in crypto, no, it doesn't bother them. I mean, the true believers in crypto, those guys are using it regardless.
No, not even just the true believers. I mean, just like if like Matt was asking, these franchises, if just all these companies, if everyone started accepting crypto and there was no such thing as chargebacks anymore, like, do you think that would scare people away?
Maybe a little bit, but I think it's still too early. I don't know if we're going to really know if that's going to have an impact. But that's what I'm waiting on. This Token Taxonomy Act that's up on Capitol Hill right now. If that gets passed, that's going to take and resolve this whole issue. And if that does, then I think it opens up the door for us to start really using crypto as medium of exchange.
Definitely, yeah. Because if not, Yeah, definitely with the tax laws we currently have in place, it would be a complete fucking nightmare to use crypto on an everyday basis. Like what is it? Accountants and their salaries would ridiculously increase. CPA salaries would go through the roof to have to track all of that and do all of the math on that. Like it would be absolutely it's asinine. It would just wouldn't make any sense. It's like, why would I want to use this knowing that I'm gonna have to do the tax math on every single transaction I do outside of getting into crypto? Like that's not cool at all.
No.
I just don't like talking about taxes, if I'm honest.
Oh, God. Especially in real estate, right?
Yeah.
I don't like anything about taxes or accountants, CPA. In fact, April's my least favorite month of the year. Taxes are just not fun. But Matt says, I hate Ripple. All right. That says, I
don't wear Ripple.
Really?
Yeah.
That's my back. That's my little freaking pot of gold, dude.
Man, morally, I hate Ripple. Now, if you talk about technicals and ability to make money, you can definitely make some fucking bread. That's undeniable. So that's just what it is.
You think so?
So in the brief tomorrow, the news is going to drop that Ripple has just now signed up one of the largest money transmitters in order to use their network. Now, it's not using XRP. So Ripple has a couple of different systems. One is XRapid, the other one is XCurrent. Right. They're signed up to use the XCurrent, not XRapid. But here's the point. I keep telling people, you can call Ripple a shitcoin all you want. Listen, they're executing. They keep executing. Every day there's something new coming. Eventually, one point, the dam's going to break, and I think Ripple's going to soar. And everybody calling this shitcoin can call it they want to. All I got to say is they're going to miss out some serious gains.
I can't even disagree with that. I agree 100%.
Crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's gonna be super nuts, man. It's gonna be real nuts. You know what I was thinking about too? And for funny, Ross, this actually made me think about you. I don't even know you remember, man, but I remember 2017 to 2018 was really huge in the sense of I remember that's when they basically officially came in. It was like, yo, no more 1031 exchanges on crypto. Because there was people who was doing it before. Prior to that, the people were doing imagine that. A 1031 exchange trading crypto. That's fucking heaven.
That is brilliant.
That's heaven. Like and then I got the news, and it was funny. Right when I realized that, because of the way they had it categorized, right, was basically digital real estate. So we were like, oh shit, okay, if it's digital real estate, then we can do the same thing, right? 1031 exchanges. Man, they came in so quick and deaded that shit. They were like, no.
Wait, are you saying selling an asset and taking the proceeds and buying crypto?
Bro.
Without taxes.
Without taxes. I'm talking about basically, as long as you don't cash that out, right? Yeah. And you don't exit that trade, you can just roll it over.
Yeah, like people that would have Bitcoin and they go to buy like one of the other tokens, Tron or something like that. That wasn't, a lot of people didn't consider that as a taxable event because you're using crypto to crypto. It never touched fiat. As long as it didn't go into US dollars, then people were like, hey, that's not a taxable event. I believe that in the early days when I was trading like a madman. I was doing it all over the place. And then all of a sudden they come out with that announcement. They said, oh, guess what? If you sell crypto, and here's the other thing. If you move crypto off of Coinbase to a hardware wallet, you better be able to prove you still have it, because if not, that was a taxable event.
Facts.
Wait, so let me ask you this though, right? If I buy, let's just say Lyndon sells me 10 Bitcoin.
Yes.
Right? Like off market.
Yep.
How would anybody know?
So that's the trick to this whole thing, right? So right now, it's hard to be able to, well, now let me take it back. It used to be hard for people to know. If you have your name attached to any wallet or any transaction going forward, they will find out, because they can use cipher trace, or they can use chain analysis, and they will route it all the way back and they can find you. Coinbase, if you did $20,000 transactions, Coinbase gave the IRS, that was their agreement, because the IRS wanted every person's account in Coinbase. Coinbase said, time out, you can't do a John Doe summons.
Was it 20? Was it 20 or was it 10?
20,000.
20,000, yeah.
Yeah, so they said you can't do a John Doe summons on us. We're not going to give you every person's records. They said we'll compromise. We'll give you anybody that traded more than $20,000. We'll give you their transaction records, and now you can do that. So if you use Coinbase and you did 20,000, IRS has your records. So you better be reporting that, because if not, they're coming after you. Now back to what you said. Listen, I'll agree. IRS, you can hear this if you like it or you don't. NSA, everybody else. If you never attach your name to a wallet, they can't catch you. They can't catch you. There's no way, but again, you can never ever use those Bitcoin anywhere, because the moment you do and you attach your name to it, they got you.
But what about Binance?
I mean, you can do a transaction at McDonald's though.
You can do a transaction at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Wait,
Here's a paper wallet. Give me my money.
I'm confused though, because Binance is in China, right? So, I mean, what? I'm confused. Like,
so even if you attach even if you go through Binance and if you go through any of these other exchanges, like I'm saying, it's leaving a digital trace everywhere it goes. Yeah. Whoever ultimately does something with that wallet or does something with anything attached to those coins will eventually be able to trace it back to you if you ever do it. You just have to be extremely careful not to ever attach your name to it. Now, we have things like CoinJoin that's out there. That's a scrambler. It's a tumbler. It tumbles these transactions. That's why they don't like Monero. Why? Because you can never, ever tell if you use the Monero.
Now, Verge had the great idea of covering that, but they failed majorly back in 2017.
Yeah, they did.
Right. Well, what if I send it to Cook Island?
To what?
What if I just send it over to Cook Island? Like I send it over there and just, I don't know, store it in an island somewhere.
Right. I mean, and again, back to, again, if somebody really wanted to be honest, you get a wallet, you'd have to give someone to pay you crypto, give you crypto that's, again, not attached to any names or whatever, and then you can send that through CoinJoin, and then CoinJoin scrambles it all up, and you can do whatever you want to with it from there, to be honest.
So what you're saying is if I
didn't hear that.
If I make $1 million in crypto, that's a taxable event. That I have to pay some sort of gain tax on. To the IRS.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, that's the hard part of this whole thing, is because, and this is what happened to the folks that were trading in 2017 when the market was all going crazy. Everyone was trading, and then most of them didn't happen to take out money for taxes. And then when the bear market hit, all of a sudden, guess what? You got to pay taxes. All your cryptos fail. You don't have the money. You might hold the assets, but now you don't have the cash. You're not going to sell because guess what?
Wait. Hold up a second. If your asset went down and you never sold, isn't that a loss?
No, what I'm saying is, let's say we're in 2018, right? Market hasn't went up. Let's say we're in like April, $3,000 Bitcoin. You're trading in and out. You're trading in and out. You're trading in and out. It's going all the way up to $20,000. You make some mad gains on that asset, right?
But you haven't sold.
But you haven't sold. You have sold. You've been trading. You're trading in and out, trading in and out, trading in and out. Because now we don't have the 1031 anymore. So every time you do a trade, that's a taxable event. So now you
I got what you're saying. But if from January 1st you held that Bitcoin all the way through December 31st, and it was worth whatever 20,000, if I can remember. You have no tax liability because it was yours.
Exactly. No tax liability. But if you were a trader in 2017, when it ran up and then you didn't take money out at the top and it fell and you never sold, then now we're down at 3,000. Again, like I said, if you sell now, you really are in the hole. Now, for the next year taxes, you'll be good because you have a big loss. But it doesn't do anything for the taxes you owe for 2017. You still owe hundreds of $1,000s in taxes. So now all of a sudden, you got to pay them. And where you get the money? This is why the birth of BlockFi, Celsius Network, all of these companies that now will give you a loan on your crypto, that's why they're making so much money. Because people didn't want to sell their digital assets, but they wanted to pay their taxes. So you can now get a loan from those companies to pay your taxes.
That's why we need to start this tokenization on real estate. So we just put the tokens in there and just forget about it.
That's right.
Listen, my goal is to just buy a bunch of crypto on the off market, hide it on a ledger somewhere, and just disappear. We gotta.
and all of a sudden, there's a cash of 1 million coins from Costa Rica, right?
Hey, Lyndon, bro, we gotta talk off stream because Carlos is a Fed,
Yeah, right. We can't be talking to yeah. Then what I'll do is that once we get off the stream, once Carlo gets off, I'll call Elon and I'll call ZZ, and then we can all just have a talk real fast. We can figure out the game plan.
Talking about Elon, that was a great conversation you guys have earlier that I was watching. Have you guys watched the landing of the Delta Heavy, the 3 rockets coming down from in Florida?
It's amazing.
What was it, April 11th?
Yep.
I didn't see it.
No, I didn't see that.
You gotta look it up, and I'll throw the link out there.
Oh, the
Falcon, it was beautiful. I mean, like literally, 2 rockets coming down and landed perfectly on the pads. And
I think I heard about
like
that.
5 minutes later, landed on the ocean. The other one.
That's insane.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do it right now. I'll post a link.
So we got a couple comments. Yo, Michael Marks, thanks for hopping into the broadcast. Says they can't find you if you do it with Monero.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna have problems. Definitely. It's
Yep.
gonna be.
Why is that?
Because Monero's a privacy coin.
Yeah,
I know that, but what? How is that not traceable though if it's on an exchange?
The way the technology, the way the blockchain works for Monero is that it mixes up transactions. So it scrambles them. It's just like it has a built-in tumbler of its own. If you're doing transactions with Monero, it scrambles, it mixes your, like if you want to go pay someone with Monero, it mixes your payments up with a bunch of other payments that you really can't trace it back. And I don't know the true details of the technology behind it because it's going outside of my realm of expertise, but there's the way that Monero works that it scrambles up those transactions that you can't trace it back.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Damn.
Facts.
That's insane. Monero took a beating in price
Yes.
over this last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, pretty much,
Monero was $400.
yeah. I mean, pretty much everything took a fucking beating in price over this last year.
This is true. BNB didn't though.
No, BNB has been on the rise.
Yeah, BNB is a beast of its fucking own, man. Shout out to ZZ, bro.
Yeah.
Like
BNB stayed steady.
But you know, one of the reasons why that is too is because with BNB, it's a token that if you use BNB to trade with, you reduce your fees. So you're incentivized to use BNB, whereas that's not true with any of the other exchanges.
It's a big scam. Oh my god.
Right, exactly. Fatty says if you buy and hold for more than a year, your tax rate decreases.
Yes, it does.
Long-term capital gains.
Yep.
There's still long-term capital gains though, and I think long-term capital gains what 20%.
Yeah, it's still 20%. It depends on your tax bracket. It can vary. There's actually with the long term, depending on what your tax bracket is, you could actually end up in situations paying a lot less than that. You could actually end up paying 0% depending on your situation. But yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's still taxes at the end of the day, which fucks us up.
Ross and Carlos, both of you guys are real estate guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my broker's license here in California.
Okay. You're gonna like this article. I'm gonna pop something up there to share on the screen. You guys see that?
Yes.
This is coming out tomorrow's in the brief tomorrow, but check that out. The rise of economic development zones, a way to mitigate crypto taxation. So what they're saying is that there is a way that they've created. It was in Trump's where is it? Yeah, it says embedded in the highly debated $1.5 trillion tax cut signed by President Trump into law in 2017 is an esoteric section addressing the tax treatment of real estate and other tax assets, known as Investment in Opportunity Act and Opportunity Zone Investment Program. So I'll stop there. But the point is, folks can read that article, but they're now saying that maybe it's a way for us to be able to allow people to take crypto and invest in these zones, and they won't get taxed on it.
Nice.
Hey, can you throw that link in the chat, dude.
It is the links in the chat. The links on the chat as well.
Wow.
Crazy,
That's
right?
Crazy.
You know,
Hey,
I
guys,
was reading earlier about this company called they're out of Washington, Redfin.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They're really looking into how to take cryptocurrencies and better into the business model.
Redfin is?
Yeah,
man.
I read a couple articles about it.
Woo.
You know, they're just a company that just like promote real estate. Is just like finding houses and stuff. But they're looking more into the investment side of the house.
You are absolutely right too. Yep.
Yeah.
Dude,
Wow.
that's pretty crazy.
So that's comforting that the markets and the business, they started to wake up to it.
Yep.
So we have another question coming in from Matt saying, what about shape-shifting coins? Is that traceable?
Ooh, shape-shifting coins. That's an interesting one. I don't think I've heard of shape-shifting coins. I have to look that up. Thanks, Matt.
But like Electra,
shape-shifting coins? Huh.
I think Electra does that.
Electrum does?
I think so.
Oh, no. Well, if it's the same Shapeshift he's talking about, Shapeshift is actually an exchange. And Shapeshift allows you to, it's a digital asset exchange, allows you to purchase and buy cryptocurrency with it. It's run by,
what's his name?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. What the? What is it? Voorhees?
Yes, Eric Voorhees. Yeah. They actually was trying to go after Eric Voorhees, but it's a legitimate exchange.
Yeah.
So on Coinbase how you can now swap out without paying a fee? How are they able to do that?
Because it's on Coinbase Pro that you can do that with, but guess what? They've now changed that. It used to be if you were on Coinbase Pro and you were a market maker, which means you were setting limit buy and sell orders, you didn't get charged a fee because you're helping to make the market. You're creating liquidity. And as a result of doing that work, they didn't charge you a fee. But now they've come out and they've changed that. And guess what? Even if you're a market maker, you're paying fees.
Paying the fees.
No, but I just did it the other day. I didn't pay any fee.
But it's coming. It's not there yet. I don't think it's coming. Let me look it up. Coinbase Pro.
I think what it is that
on the Coinbase app, though, not on Coinbase Pro.
Wait, no, on Coinbase app with no fee?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I want to say I read something about that, and they said basically only so often will that actually happen when you don't have a fee. It
says convert BTC to another cryptocurrency for no fee.
Oh, that might be true. They might allow you to convert transactions that way, but if you're buying and selling like Bitcoin, going back to technically USD on the platform, I don't think that's the case.
Oh yeah, to USD, no, but from like if I want to swap out my Bitcoin for ETH, I can swap that out for no fee through Coinbase.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, how are they able to do that with no fee?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
I'm guessing when you do that, right, that has to be the equivalent to a market sale, right? Obviously, it's not like so you're not really trading it. It's not the same aspect, right? You're probably literally just swapping it out. So I'm guessing that has to be the reason why. Now the question is, even though there isn't a fee, when you actually make that swap at market price, is it actually at market price? Is there a built-in, we're going to put it a little bit above market price so we can say there's no fee, but technically you are actually paying extra. So
yeah, that's exactly probably what it is. Because Abra does the same thing. If you're on Abra and you're using Abra, they don't charge you any fees. But what it is you're doing market orders and they're taking that market maker position. They're making money on it.
Yeah, they're taking a premium. Yep.
On the spread.
So Matt says, Jack supports Shapeshift. I hold my ZEC on it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Damn, man. I got some damn research to do, man. You guys I feel like I'm just out the loop, man. Jax, Abra, I mean, damn.
Inc. I heard of Property Inc.
You know, that man, and dude, crypto is just like, there's just so much going on.
It is, bro. It's so much. That's why I rely so heavily, on Paul's newsletter, man. I'm telling you, he knows, man. When I first saw that, I was like, oh my God. Like, that saved my life. Do you know how much time that saved me? that newsletter, like because that was the hardest thing, right? I don't have a lot of time to go out and search and look for articles,
Right.
and that takes it takes a lot of time. I still to this day, like part of me still believes you might be a robot, bro, because I don't understand how you put this together every day and it's on point and it's so much information. But it's hard. So I get so much information and just so much knowledge from just reading through. If I take 10 articles out of that email and I read them, I get so much knowledge from that. It's like, it's a lot of shit. It's too much.
What you mentioned earlier on the show, and then I was going to bring this up. You said something about you had dug down through there and you found that nugget of an article. Here's the thing with crypto, and I'm telling everybody this. The volume of stuff that's collected every day, that's just how much stuff is going on. What you said, Ross, is true. Man, listen, I have to do research. I am struggling just to collect the news, never mind the fact of reading it, listening to all the podcasts, watching the video. 24 hours is gone like that. So, and then you start to cycle over again. That's how much happens. It's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah, you're right.
Kudos to you, like, for real.
Definitely.
It's nuts.
And shout out to everybody that's joining us live right now in the chat. Man, Lyndon, bro, we're at 14 likes, man. You think can we hit 20 likes? That should be easy. If you haven't thumbed up the video, thumbs this up. The other night, we were number 3 trending for crypto shows on YouTube. It was nuts. So, guys, if you're watching this, please help us out, and let's do that again. Fatty says, Proppy Inc. is automizing the real estate purchase process all the way to title delivery. They will also tokenize real estate. Interesting. I think we talked about that the other night, too.
Yeah, I've never heard of Proppy Inc.
Yep, so Proppy is. So I'll tell you something. Let me see if I can find it.
Paul knows about it, of course.
Paul knows. Paul knows. If I hear some news and Paul doesn't know about it, I'm gonna be a little bit skeptical. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
So there's a great YouTube show. It's not really a show. It's a YouTube channel. It's called Ready Set Crypto. And on Ready Set Crypto, he has a video that I will put in the comments that everybody should watch because let me take the time off of this back so I can go back and make sure I get the whole thing. And I'll put this in our chat so you guys can look at it too. And then I'll give you access to a spreadsheet. He goes through the 27 killer investment opportunities that he's watching going into 2019. And the projects that he mentioned are all of the things dealing with STOs. And so what Fatty just mentioned about Proppy, that's one of them that's on there. But if you were to fast forward to toward the end of that video, you would see all of them listed on there. Man, it's crazy. It's all the platforms: T0, Open Finance, Order Book, GBX, BTT, Templates, Securrency. I mean, it's crazy if you look at this list. And so, yeah, he's right about
Drop it in the YouTube chat so everybody can see it.
Yep, I'm going to drop that in there now.
Awesome.
I remember we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago, about tokenization, of real estate and investments.
Yeah. That's, and see, I'm curious to see, and I think this is where this tax thing comes into play, right? Because the one thing that I heard a lot from people who were doing this and trying to do this and doing research, right, is that when it comes to having, like, say you do a REIT, but you do a REIT, a tokenized version of a REIT, right? A lot of the problems that people were talking about was because of the lack of regulation, and then when it comes to taxes and stuff like that, that the issue is, okay, does this REIT have to be registered with the SEC? Are we going to run into problems? So it was just like it's so many unknowns and gray areas that people were kind of like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the thing that makes it the most difficult about it is that a lot of people want to kind of stay away from that gray area. And like I said, when I was looking for REITs, the only one that I found was one, and I think it was based over in like Europe, and supposedly they're doing really good, but I haven't seen any here yet, not in the US.
Dude, I'm just now looking into Proppy for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
This is an exchange where people can buy houses using crypto, or just like it's MLS listings that have crypto as a payment method,
right?
It's a platform in which you can tokenize properties, and you can then take and do transactions with the property token. Swarm is another platform that's just like Proppy.
So it decentralized ownership. Not just one person owns that same house. Multiple people owns, with multiple tokens, the same house. So whenever you have liquidity, whenever you want to sell, all you do is just pass that ownership to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep. And if you look at Swarm, they're the same type of platform, just like that.
Wait, okay. So if I buy this house right now using Bitcoin,
Mm-hmm.
is this going to the seller or is this going to multiple people?
Oh, no, this one is going to the seller using Proppy. Because it lists the properties on there, and it says you can buy with crypto. And then if you bought that with crypto, it's just going to that person. But there are platforms out there that will allow you to tokenize a bunch of properties, as what Carlos was saying. And then that you can, it's a liquidable token. I can just buy and sell that token anywhere without it being like a lot of legal paperwork behind it, things like that.
So let me do the math here. If I bought this house, it's $1,050,000.
Yep.
For Bitcoin at the price right now, that would be 194 Bitcoin, right?
Yep.
If the price went up to that 20K that we were at, I'd be, well, the Bitcoin that I would have spent on the house would be valued at like 3.9 million.
Yeah, Ross, but look at
Can't think about it like that.
Ross, look at the beauty of this.
But see, I can't get my head.
You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay all those Bitcoins yourself. Paul can put some of that money. I mean, put some of those Bitcoins. Lyndon can put some of the. I can put some of that.
But I'm just talking about buyer to seller, right? Like if so I sell houses. If somebody comes to me tomorrow and says, "Hey, I want to buy this house in Bitcoin. I'm selling the house for 200K." Right, and at the current price right now, that would be 37 Bitcoin. So they send me 37 Bitcoin, then Bitcoin goes up to, 10K, 37 Bitcoin times 10K, now it's 370. So, I mean, I made a killing, but I can't get my head from thinking about that fluctuation in value, where that buyer's like, well, damn, we bought this house for 200K, but that Bitcoin's now worth 400K.
It's the same thing with the pizzas, right? The guy that spent 10,000 Bitcoin on 2 pizzas, I mean, he's having the same thing, buyer's remorse, right? It's like, I wish I would have never bought 2 pieces with 10,000 Bitcoin.
Right. So I don't know. Linda, you said I can't think about it like that, but why not?
I mean, because you can actually think about it like that. But if you think about it, right, that's the thing about cryptocurrency in the state it's in, right? You can treat it like an asset or you can treat it like a currency, right? But you can't really separate the two of them. They come together. So whichever way you choose to use it, you want to have a switch to where you can flip it on and off. Because I mean, essentially, if you think about that with anything that you do cryptocurrency wise, you're going to drive yourself absolutely fucking insane. Right? Because you can imagine if you do a transaction right now, Bitcoin, where the price could be 5 years from now, dude, you damn near may want to commit suicide, like not even being funny, but being, what I'm saying? Like it's
no, but that's coming from you, who is a very experienced crypto investor.
Yeah.
Right? How do you explain that to the average Joe?
You think about it in the way you're using it. Think about it literally. Don't think about what it is, not what it will be. If you're using it in a way to where you're going to purchase something.
But how do you detach the two when that's the reality? Is that
it's an emotional thing? It's a completely if you have emotional control, it won't be as hard to do that. You'll just let it go.
Okay, so are you telling me right now that tomorrow, if you bought something for 50K, you sent 10 Bitcoin, you bought something for 50K, and now Bitcoin goes up to 10K, and you really now that's worth 100K in Bitcoin, you wouldn't be pissed off?
Yeah, why would I be pissed off?
Because what you paid 50K for is what you could have got two of what. If you went out and bought a Beamer tomorrow in crypto for 10 Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin doubles, you could have had 2 Beamers.
Yeah, but you know what? That goes both ways.
As you, the seller,
yes, you'll be hands up. Hey, I just made freaking double my money. But if tomorrow, as long as I gave you the bitcoins, the market drops to half of that, hey, you got all these buyers. They pay you with bitcoins. They just bought your house for next to nothing.
Yeah. And then you have to think about it really too. Now, think about this from this perspective, right? Let's say somebody is really serious about using crypto as a medium, right? More than likely, if you go and buy something with crypto, that probably isn't the only cryptocurrency you have. You probably have more of that, right? So, in return, if you say you have a total of 20 Bitcoin, and you take 10 of that Bitcoin and you buy something, right? You have 10 left. If the market goes up, okay, yeah, you sold 10 of that Bitcoin and you don't have it, but you still get the benefit off of the gain that comes when the market, if it goes up, right? So, I mean, like, if you only have 10 Bitcoin, why would you just go out and buy something that's 10 Bitcoin? Unless you didn't care about that aspect of it and you just wanted to buy whatever you wanted to buy. Because you wouldn't do that. You would always have some left because you would be thinking like, oh my God, I don't want to miss out on a possible gain. So you're always going to keep something one way, shape, or form. So that's why I say it doesn't make sense to really think in that regard. I mean, because it could be the same way in the opposite, right? You can be like, man, damn, I'm glad I really just bought this because if not, the price just tanked and I would have lost money. But you have to really think about it. None of those gains or losses are actually realized until you actually get rid of that particular cryptocurrency.
You know what?
Agreed, but
Linda, you're just right on point.
Realized gains, brother.
You're right on point. And the other day on our Crypto Legends Facebook, I posted this article about this New York preschool accepting Bitcoin as part of donations to the schools.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that article, but it is built into the system that hey, they don't want to deal with all this volatility going up and down. Hey, I am the receiver of those funds. As soon as you put those bitcoins into the system, they get automatically converted into what the value of what I can use that as dollars.
Right. And I think the funny thing is that it really is a mental thing, right? Because take the US dollar, for example. That shit has been hyperinflated for how long? It averages a 3% inflation rate every year. But you don't hear people panicking about that. And the reason why is because visually, when you think about a dollar is a dollar, no matter how you think about it, right? But if 3% next year, the price of what you pay for something goes up, it's like people don't think about it. Right now, I can agree with the fact that cryptocurrency as a means of spending money is extremely different than what people are used to, right? Because now you really do involve emotion, because when you're looking at it physically, you can literally watch this volatility. You can watch it happening because it's still being pegged to something. But it's still the same thing. Essentially people who are using the US dollar, there's a problem. I'd much rather deal with that up and down volatility that comes in crypto than a consistent downtrend on the spending power of my fiat. Like that, I'm good. It just goes against the norm. So most people are going to be like, yo, hell no, I ain't doing that. That's crazy.
Down and explain that to, Jose Fernandez buying my house in Pasadena.
I mean, if they're willing to sit down and have the conversation, they have to be willing to listen and really take it in, right? Because it's a visual versus mental thing. It's just like, if you're going to use it as a means to transact, to exchange, then just do it. Leave the emotion out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it's yeah. What were you about to say, Paul? Go ahead.
No, I was saying you can't think. What Linda is saying is true. You can't think about it that way. Listen, if I go to buy a house with Bitcoin, I bought the house. I got the house. That's all I cared about. The Bitcoin's gone. I'm not going to remember every transaction I've ever done and keep tracking where Bitcoin was, because, as Carlos said, guess what? It's on the other side. Guess what? What happens if you buy a house with 100 Bitcoin and Bitcoin tanks? Guess what? Right. You're on the good side. The other people are on the bad side because they just sold you the house, and you have to just let it go. When you sell it, it's gone.
Right. Agreed, but with talks of Bitcoin possibly hitting $1 million,
Yeah.
it's like, why would anybody in the near future want to? I don't know. I'd love to talk to somebody who bought their property and I'm strictly talking about real estate. I'm not talking about your Starbucks here, or I'm talking about big purchases like a $500,000 house. Sending over 100 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it's a tough explanation to the average Joe. But I mean, that's just, I don't know.
Yeah, but for that person though, listen, if anybody is buying a house with 100 Bitcoin, they're not even worried about Bitcoin. They got so much money that that's not even an issue for
They don't
them.
even care.
Because if you're gonna let go 100 Bitcoin, you're balling.
It's Michael says when Starbucks accepts Bitcoin, that's what it will do. The transaction will be made and then immediately changed into the local currency.
I agree with Michael. Yeah.
My point. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just one. I
do that.
You said it again?
Do you think the majority of merchants exchange it right away?
Oh yeah, they use BitPay right now. BitPay is the intermediary. When you go to pay somebody with Bitcoin that says they accept payment with cryptocurrency, it's going straight through the fiat to them. They never touch cryptocurrency.
Okay, so let me jump on that. It's like I'm an American company. I'm doing business overseas, and I'm getting paid by, I don't know, euros, yen, you call it.
Yeah.
Is that money gets exchanged right away to dollars and put it back in my bank account in the United States?
Wait, say that one more time.
What's the difference?
Say that one more time.
If I'm an American company, I'm doing business in Europe.
Yep.
I'm getting paid in euros or Japan, yen, or Korea or whatever. I'm getting paid in that currency.
Yep.
Do I exchange it right away into dollars and bring it back into my bank in the United States, or do I leave it on that currency? What's the difference between that and crypto?
That's a good question. I'm not sure how companies do that now. Companies that are global that get paid overseas, but I think in some of those places, I think they get to dictate how that money goes into their account, if it comes over in the native currency or if it comes over in US dollars. And I think there's an exchange rate that's associated with and stuff like that. But
does that happen? Then it gets converted right away then?
Yeah, I think it gets converted right away. So it'd be the same as what you're doing in crypto, is that conversion is happening from the digital asset to fiat, which is what other companies do anyway. Right. So it's not really any different.
Dude, this BitPay thing is sick.
Yeah, you see BitPay?
Yeah,
wait, 1% transaction fees?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I pay right now? I'm sure you know, because but Chad, do you know what transaction fees are for like Stripe and PayPal?
Yeah, they're fucking high, bro.
3.5%.
Yep. Yeah, bro.
1%. So, I mean, guys, that's massive. If you're doing volume, holy cow! So $1,000, I'm paying probably about 35 to 40 bucks in processing.
And this is
if I can take crypto and convert it right away into USD,
and I'm taking $10 in fees if I sell.
Yep.
If I use BitPay.
Yep.
It makes sense.
And here's the other beauty part is that I don't know why people don't just stick with cryptocurrency. Just
exactly
no fees, period. Just pay me in Bitcoin. I'm done.
That's it. No fees at all.
And what do you spend your crypto on? Like everyday things, big purchases. Like what do you use fiat more than crypto? Like where
0, 0, 0, 0. I am a hodler of last resort. I am not touching a thing.
That's what's up.
Hey. Not touching a thing. Because why? I mean, there's no incentive for me to use it for anything. I mean, I play around with some of the Lightning transactions, tip a person here, tip a person there, couple sats here, couple sats there, that stuff. But other than that, I'm not touching a thing until this thing gets to where I want it to go. It ain't happening.
I like it.
Yeah.
Question somebody asked, what do you think we're gonna be by the end of 2019? What's your prediction?
I would say that by the end of 2019, we might be anywhere between, I'd say 8 to 10, 8,000 to 10,000.
I like that. Yep.
Now, I will tell you that there is a chart, and there's an article that's coming out in the brief tomorrow where a gentleman has looked at the chart, and this is what he said. He said that by April closing as a green candle, it has now signaled that we could be at the start of another parabolic bull run. And he's talking the parabolic bull run taking us to $330,000. I don't know.
You kidding?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull the article up right now so I can bring it on screen because I'm telling you, this is the stuff that blows my mind when I read this stuff, and I'm like, did that just say what I thought it said?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bitcoin passes 20K. I cannot wait to see the faces of people.
Oh, it will.
All this
Oh, yeah.
shit.
This is not. Hey, this is not the that guy Crypto Crew University guy, is he?
What was that?
That guy Crypto Crew University.
No. That I just put it into the chat, and I'm just gonna put it onto the other one. It's a News BTC article. I'll pull it up here, so we can take a look at this real quick because this actually is a really good article. And again, depends on how you believe.
Fatty says XRP bag holders will be in Liechtenstein.
Yep. Okay, so on this one here, it says analyst says Bitcoin bullish monthly close may signal the parabolic run is imminent. And what he says in here, he says that I'm gonna scroll down to this little chart right here. He says BTC monthly, this is the first time in ages that Bitcoin has broken resistance and closed above it. We finally got support below us that might actually hold, turning my big time frame bias bullish. I'll stick with swing lows until the support fails. Buys and greens would be juicy, he said while referring to a BTC monthly candle. But let me go down to where he said 300. There it is right there. So bull run similar to that seen in 2015 would send Bitcoin over $330,000. And he said that would be in the next few years.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's what I love. Man, this is what I love about crypto, bro. When you talk to people who really know their shit, from a technical analysis standpoint, that's why I love having conversations with people like, Fibbo Swanee and Bobby and Steven. And man, these dudes, they are polished. They know their shit. They have been doing this for a long time. There's no way all of these people are saying similar things and everybody's wrong. There's no fucking way. I'm not gonna believe that for 1 second. Now, when you hear it, does it sound completely fucking nuts? Not gonna lie, it does. You're like 330,000 Bitcoin. What's going on? But at the same time, when you think about what we're doing and the scale that it's on, we're talking about the whole fucking world. There is not a single fiat currency that is really off limits in a sense, at least theoretically, from being able to trade cryptocurrency. Why couldn't we see prices that astronomical? Why could we not? I think it's so possible. I even think, as crazy as it sounds, I would not be surprised when if we ever see $1 million Bitcoin. I really wouldn't. And that's just what it is.
But let's talk about
That's crazy.
Market cap, right?
Yep.
So at 330K, if there's 21 million Bitcoin,
Mm-hmm.
I know it's crazy.
my calculator just broke.
You're talking well over $1 trillion market cap, I think.
Get a quantum calculator, dude.
What's the market cap right now of the Forex market?
Yeah. Actually, hold on. I'll throw that into my D-Wave computer real quick, and I'm sure it'll give me an answer. Give me a second.
It'll be 6.3 trillion.
Oh, that's not even that's completely reasonable.
Forex market cap.
That's completely reasonable. Because I had read an article that they did a comparison, and they compared the tech bubble to that of cryptocurrency, right? From the tech bubble being a US thing and then cryptocurrency being a world thing. The most interesting thing that I found about in that article was when they made, I need to find a link and I'll drop it in here for you guys, but they made the comparison basically saying on a world scale, if Bitcoin actually got to a bubble the same as, or crypto got to a bubble the same as the tech market, that would mean the crypto market having a $21 trillion market cap.
Dude,
that's crazy.
Like the national debt in this country.
Matt said we'll be dead before Bitcoin hits full circulation. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't.
Pretty close to being all found.
I don't know about it. And honestly, The thing that makes me so bullish on Bitcoin is how trash fiat currencies are. Like, they're trash.
Take me to school.
They are. I mean, like I just said, think about it. You have a currency where, if you do the research, the US dollar has steadily decreased by 3% as far as what you can spend it on for since I can fucking remember. That's crazy. Like that. I mean, you see all of these countries and stuff that have currencies that go completely down the drain due to hyperinflation. Venezuela, Zimbabwe. I mean, like, seriously, like that's completely fucking ass. Like, how is that sustainable for a long period of time? It doesn't make sense. There has to be space for something else to take place. Like, to me, I almost feel like cryptocurrency is just kind of like a natural evolution of money. It makes complete sense. Now, it's not going to stop hyperinflation. I definitely don't think like, oh, cryptocurrency is going to come around and all of a sudden everyone's going to want to have a total circulating supply, and then, the world's going to be this happy place. I don't think that at all. I think there's still going to be inflation and hyperinflation. I just think the landscape is going to change dramatically, and then I believe people are going to have better options than what currently exists, because in a way of what currently exists, other than cryptocurrency, thinking about fiat currency, what other option do you have? What else can you do? Nothing, pretty much.
Yeah. I just posted a deal in the chat too about because everybody's talking about quantum computing and stuff like that. But I tell them there's people also working on quantum cryptography. So
Yep.
it's not going to be as straight and cut. It's not going to happen.
It's not. No. And I agree.
You dropped, Paul. This says the last Bitcoin mined will be 2140.
Yep.
What is that? The year
that's the last. That's when the last Bitcoin will be mined, because it continues to halve all the way down. Eventually, it's going to get into fractions when it's halving. The last Bitcoin will be mined in the year of 2140. Which, unless we figure out how to live another 100 years, we're all going to be dead by the time the last Bitcoin's mined.
Speak for yourself, brother.
Hey, I'm with you. Listen. I'm with Google. Listen.
I have to interject there. That's with today's technology.
What's that?
Mining that coin.
Yeah.
But if we go into quantum, that's a different ball game, right? Altogether.
I mean, again, like I said, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know what's going to happen in the year 2050, because I don't. Something can pop up, like Carlos is saying, and guess what? It's a whole different game. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The thing I love about cryptocurrency is that it's technology driven, right? So when you think about that, of course, you're gonna have things that can combat it going forward. But like I was saying, like we was having a whole conversation about the whole quantum computing against cryptocurrency, right? As of the state as it exists right now, the main thing is that they were saying they don't have basically the quantum power to basically hack a blockchain using 256-bit encryption, right? Now, of course, with encryption, the thing about encryption is that it enhances over time. So as time passes, right, security gets greater, gets tighter, things like that. Now, the thing to remember about that is that same technology that's enhancing encryption that can hack into those private keys are the same technology that you're going to use to improve it to make it stronger.
Right.
And at the end of the day, if we get to a point to where blockchain is proprietary, that's what's being used, and a quantum computer can hack private key within a reasonable amount of time, that might as well be the end of the world, because there's going to be a problem. Data wise, security wise, privacy wise, there's going to be a huge problem that goes far beyond cryptocurrency. And I cannot see that just happening. I mean, who would own that shit? Whoever owned that would own the world.
Is what you're saying is that as we grow, technologically speaking, into the quantum era,
yes,
that we can break these keys, today's keys.
Yes.
At the same time, the technology is going to be growing to secure those keys.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay.
But also, Carlos, I just got thinking about something too. I forgot. So with Bitcoin, and you can go back and look at the white paper or listen to Andreas. The Bitcoin protocol is built such that it only will release a certain amount of Bitcoin every 10 minutes, period. You can never, ever change that. I don't care if you're using quantum mining or whatever, because what happens is the hash rate and the difficulty of the algorithm that you have to use to figure out what the block is that allows you to get the reward, that's locked in, and it'll be 10 minutes consistently from now to 2140. That's locked in. You can't change that. Even if you get better, you can't change it. Yeah, you can't change it.
So the more power doesn't really mean anything then.
No, and that's why when a bunch of miners come online, it gets more, the hash rate gets more difficult to solve, and that's what slows them down. But if a bunch of miners go offline, then it gets easier, and those people that are left gets more money.
So the Jiggler says difficulty is infinitely scalable, so quantum doesn't solve the block timing.
Right.
That's what you just said. Yeah.
Yeah. He's correct. Yeah.
It can only be used to steal private keys.
Yep. Perfect. Yep.
Check out chia.net. The creator of BitTorrent is launching the coin soon. It works off a proof of space, proof of time. The storage on the HDD aren't being used.
Yep.
But back to what I was saying. So this whole area is so complex. It's hard to get your mind around it. If anybody could truly understand all this, kudos to him, because Andreas is about the only guy that I know has come close to be able to really explain all this stuff. And if you watch Andreas Antonopoulos, that guy's just brilliant. But outside of him, it's hard, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Fatty says Uphold reported 100,000 people a month entering the crypto market.
Yep, they're the ones that work the Brave browser.
Crypto blew up in Venezuela as their currency crashed.
Yeah,
True.
Especially today.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. I see we have some new people joining in on the conversation. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to bring your questions. We're just hanging out here. Late night crypto chats. Thank you so much, guys, for everybody that liked. We're at 16 likes. Can we get 20 likes?
Sweet.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, my friends, because Lyndon, bro, we're almost at 100 subscribers, man.
I know, bro.
100 subscribers, and we can brand the channel name.
Yes.
We're missing the parrot tonight.
The parrot. Hey, the parrot took a night off, man.
He did.
Anthony would definitely. I'd love to see Anthony and Paul go at it.
Oh my, I would pay for that, bro. All right, I know I put my money on. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Paul, man, you really know your stuff, man. I'm definitely impressed. Yeah, there's just so much going on,
it's so much going on. It moves so fast that, and it's just like, okay, I'll give you a good example how fast this stuff moves. Bitfinex. When the first news dropped on that, it sounded like the end of the world was coming. Oh, Bitfinex is a scam. Oh, we knew it. And now all of a sudden it's like, it's not that big of a deal anymore. Yes, Bitfinex had an issue, but it's just because we don't know the full story. And you get the New York's AG coming in saying stuff, and people automatically believe the New York AG. And it's like, y'all don't even know the full story. Yeah. It's so much stuff that you have to work through to understand this stuff. News breaks one day, the world's coming to the end the next day, and then it's all okay the next day. It's hard.
Yeah, you got to take all this shit with a grain of salt because it's a lot, man.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
that's what China used to do. China used to come out and go, "We're going to ban Bitcoin," and the whole market would just hit the floor. I mean, just slam. And then all of a sudden, it's like, "Oh well, we're not really banning Bitcoin." It's like, "Oh my god!"
Right? Like, really, you just caused everybody to basically almost have a heart attack for no reason at all. I used to hate that. Oh my god, it was so annoying. I'm like, really trying to kill you? Please just shut up. Like, be quiet.
There was a meme out there that China says it worked the last time. We should just say it again. It works every time.
But again,
yo, hey, you know one thing I was thinking, right? I want to get everybody's opinion on this, especially you, Paul. Can you imagine a world where atomic swaps is a real thing, completely able, and then exchanges are just not even necessary anymore? Because you could just swap back and forth between blockchain, peer-to-peer?
That I don't know. I mean, the only reason I say I don't know is because governments, man. This is the whole problem with this whole KYC AML. The government's not going to let us move money freely. And so FinCEN just came out, and they're back. There was an article talking about FinCEN is back on the Bitcoin deal, trying to find people who exchange money peer to peer. If you're using localbitcoins.com, I want you to know right now, the government can't come find you and fine you and arrest you for being an unlicensed money transmitter. So if they make it to where you can swap money without exchanges and stuff like that, somebody's getting in trouble.
That is true.
How is that legal? I could come, in person to you and give you $2.
Yep.
And you can give me, I don't know, €2.
Yep.
How is that illegal?
Because it's smaller transactions. They won't deal with Bitcoin small transactions either. But if you're transacting hundreds of thousands of dollars, then they're coming after you.
Yeah, people definitely would do that if atomic swaps was a thing. I mean, you would. I know. You know what? I never really thought about that deeply from a regulatory standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a fucking nightmare. That like nobody would ever pay taxes ever on anything. Like,
ever.
Yeah, that's true. That's what? Now that I think about that, it really makes me think. Like, I don't know if atomic swaps will ever. I could see that being something that they put extremely strict restrictions on, saying you can only atomically swap a certain amount, or like, you can't do that shit at all.
Right.
You just technologically speaking, you just got my head spinning. Thinking about torrents, Napster type of software.
Yep. So here's the article right here. It says FinCEN back on the Bitcoin beat with civil penalty for peer-to-peer trader. It said after first issuing cryptocurrency guidance back in 2013, enforcement by the FinCEN has been out of the headlines and blah, blah, blah. And then it says Eric Powers, who bought and sold a total of $5 million in crypto in person by mail and over the internet using forums like Bitcoin Talk, has been fined $35,000. Given the popularity of those platforms like Local Bitcoin, blah, 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 it says that the news of the enforcement has gone unnoticed, and with some suggesting that the action may be a sign of things to come. And then you can go on and read through the rest of that article, but they talk about, again, FinCEN fining people for moving money. But again, it's got to be big dollars. They're not going to come after you for $10.
Exactly. They're not.
No, I got that. But yeah. I mean, you can use encrypted. Are those encrypted applications?
No, they're not encrypted. Local Bitcoin's not encrypted.
I mean, I can connect with you over WhatsApp, which is encrypted.
Yep.
And send you my private keys, and you can send me whatever you have, and done.
Yeah, but what a lot of people think WhatsApp is encrypted, unless you really turn that encryption on and you don't back it up, because that's the way they got what's his name, Khashoggi, is that they wind up getting his conversations off of WhatsApp, which was supposed to be encrypted, but they still got it. I don't trust WhatsApp.
Yeah, you would have to cover your digital tracks so fucking well to make sure basically nobody could ever take you and link you to especially if it's a large amount. Like you said, if it's small transactions, $5, $10, they ain't gonna give a shit.
Yeah.
But you start getting in like 100,000 or more, they're probably really gonna care about that. So if your name or something that identifies you is ever attached to that in some way, shape, or form, it's like you pretty much putting yourself at risk.
Yeah, this article says that the elephant in the room for me is, what does this portend for P2P exchanges of fiat-backed stablecoins, or DEXs, or W2W, which I don't know what W2W is. FATFA is already recommending that stablecoin issuers track the entire life cycle of transaction, tweeted blockchain legal consultant Peter Luce. So yeah, again, the government's going to want to know where this money's moving around to. They're not going to let money move freely between person to person.
The only way that I can see that happening is if you trade your dollars to USD and then making the transaction to some other currency.
Yep.
That's doing the most, man.
The Jiggler says need to use PGP. Don't use WhatsApp or WIC-R.
PGP, yeah.
Yeah, don't use WIC or WhatsApp.
Yeah, but I mean, any largely used application, I mean, are there any that's really safe, really encrypted, really nobody can find out who you are?
Yes, yes. Signal is one of them, and Wire is the other. Both
Okay.
wire and signals, from what I understand, are the two that you can really do that. And when proton mail, if you go in proton mail to proton mail, then nobody, from what I understand, and I think Snowden has endorsed both signal and proton mail.
Especially if you're in the Tor network.
Wait.
So look at the process like, hold up. Wait a minute.
Signal. So all the messages, everything's encrypted?
Yep.
So there's no trace of the call or the text?
Nope.
Yo, Ross, our channel's about to get shut down, bro. We're gonna come to YouTube tomorrow.
How does this work? Wait. So help me understand this. So if I send a message on Facebook, right, that message can be traced, years and years and years into the future.
Yep.
Essentially, right? Like even if I delete it, it never really goes away.
Yep.
But using Signal, it's once I send it, no one can ever see.
Yep. And this is the reason why, because Signal does end-to-end encryption, and the encryption happens on the end devices. There's not a server in the middle that's doing the encryption. When you have Signal, I put it on my device, you put it on your device. Those two devices have to talk and connect. Once they're connected, then any transaction that goes across that is encrypted from my device to your device, and that's the only place that information lives. There's no central servers that Signal have that they're tracking this information and hosting it. It's end-to-end, device to device.
You're in essence creating a virtual private network between the two devices.
There you go. Carlos said it best. Yeah, you've created a VPN.
So what happens if like government officials or something uses something like this?
If they use it?
Yeah, like it wasn't that an issue with deleted emails and things of that nature?
Oh yeah. No, I mean a government official using it, if they're trying to do official government business, they can't use that kind of stuff like that because then you don't have any record.
Yeah.
Wait. How can you be so sure that it's truly anonymous? Like,
so I put a link in the chat, and there's a link in the show chats too that's on the YouTube deal. Pop open Signal and read what it says right there. I mean, even Snowden, he's right there on the deal. Now again, I happen to trust Snowden. I watched the movie. It's pretty good. I mean, that dude, he's no joke. But the reality is, if he's given an endorsement to a platform like this, that's pretty big.
See, and I think stuff like that remains that way. Mainly, I feel like because of perception. Imagine if people knew about Signal like they knew about Facebook. I feel like at that point, it probably would cease to exist because the government is gonna be like, oh hell no. Like, no. Like, wait a minute. Wait. Like, you telling me imagine if let's say just half the users, I would think, of Facebook were using this. There would be a fucking problem. Like,
what the hell? So I need to wrap my head around all this stuff, man. I learn something new every damn stream we do. This is nuts.
And
the whole encryption world is crazy.
Yeah, and Wire takes it to the next level. Listen, with Wire, you can do some really cool stuff with Wire. One of the features of Wire is you can actually mask your voice. You know how they have those voice things when people aren't recognized? You can do that on Wire. And you can send messages on Wire where your voice is masked that nobody knows who you are. You can sound like an alien, or you can sound like anything you want.
What?
I need that.
Yes, on Wire. I put it in the chat. You can click on that link. Wire is, you can draw pictures on there. You can. This is what I told somebody. I'm like, why do people even use email anymore? You can do everything you need over these secure platforms. Stop using email.
Yeah, bro. Yo, Paul, you about to get me in trouble, bro.
It just get all scrambled, and the receiver gets it and gets this scramble on the other end. That's all it is.
Wow.
So that's kind of like that thing the shirt you were wearing the other night.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh, the cipher.
Yeah.
Man,
what? See, a lot of people don't know about this, man.
No, they don't. And a lot of people don't use it. I try to tell everybody, when I do phone calls now, I tell people, call me on Signal or call me on Wire, or don't call me at all. Because I tell people, I want my community. And again, I'm not trying to hide anything, but here's what I don't like. Trump signed the deal for the FCC to give the ISPs the ability to siphon off information from your connection without your approval. I don't have a choice. Verizon collects all the data they used to, not anymore because I use a VPN on my network. Right now I'm using a VPN. I use a VPN on my phone. I use a VPN on my computer. Nothing is not encrypted.
You know, a lot of you know, a lot of commercial businesses, they're doing this. You know, they don't want secrets, you know, corporate secrets to get out, and they use this type of technology just to do communication between, you know, a satellite office in Washington and then the other one is in, I don't know, Florida. They don't want these communications to be, you know, intersected, you know, and then steal their secrets. You know, that's what
John McCoffey, welcome to the show, man. What up? What are you guys talking about right now?
OPSEC.
Talking about encryption, top secret shit, man.
Right, talking about some shit that's gonna get us in trouble.
So, help me understand this, right?
Yes.
All right. So let's just say the FBI, right? Mm-hmm. They do a raid. Typically, they would seize all the computers, all the hard drives, and everything.
Yeah,
if criminal was using Signal, wouldn't that impede like the whole investigation? If they're so, this could be used. This could create big problems. These types of softwares.
Big problems, because on both Signal and Wire, you can set your messages automatically to delete and destroy within like a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a day. And that way you don't have to keep remembering to go back to delete stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know the legality. I don't know the actual legal ramifications of it, but I'm quite sure it falls right on the DIA. It's Privacy Act, you know.
Yep.
Now I have so man, see, stuff like this is okay. So imagine this. I'm about to throw a random scenario out there. So imagine, because the only way I could see something like Signal or Wire actually lasting is if it's decentralized to the point that there's no way to just kill it centrally, right? So imagine if there was something like Signal or Wire, and please tell me if this is already how Signal or Wire works, but where it's literally completely operative only on that person's phone. Nobody can change that except that person's phone. But see, now, well, even when I think about that, right? Because even then, your phone would have to be decentralized to a point to where nobody can just jump into your phone and take it off if they're really wanting to see that.
But no, you're right. No, that's how it works, though. See, the encryption is from your device to the other person's device. That's the only place. Now, if you have your phone without pass locks on it, without passcodes on it, and they rate you and they get your phone, then they can look at all your communication if you kept it. Now, if you set it to destroy those messages, then they can get your phone, but they're not going to get any communication because it's all gone.
Right, because it's all going to be good. Yeah, that's true. So it's going to be wiped clean. So I guess that's the incentive is the fact that it can be completely wiped clean, and they can't do anything about it.
Yeah, with a rag, you know, like Hillary did.
It's clean. It's done. It's gone. It's gone. Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy that we even have to create shit like this. That's I think that's kind of the most fucked up part. Like, really,
it is.
It's
man. Hey, real quick, guys, I want to thank everybody for being here. We still have people joining in. It's 1:37 in the morning at 2:38 on the East Coast. Paul, dude, thanks so much for being here, man. Seriously means a lot to us, you know, and hope to definitely, you know, do it again, man.
Absolutely.
The Real Crypto Cowboys, welcome to the broadcast. Better hope your VPN provider doesn't get subpoenaed.
Yeah.
So let me help me understand this, right? So if I encrypt my hard drive, does that mean that it can never be decrypted unless I give someone the password?
No, the government, they have encrypted. They'll break that.
Yeah, definitely will break that shit.
The FBI will crack you.
What's stopping the government from breaking a Signal message?
Well, like I said, it's only if because you use a VPN and the data resides on those devices. So what Lyndon says is true. So yeah, if they get a hold of your device, then and if you haven't destroyed those messages, they can break your encryption on your phone and get to that information. But if you set that to destroy, then it's gone. Even if they got to this device, it's still gone because it was destroyed, and it doesn't stay on your hard drive on your phone like a lot of people think it does. I think it all gets destroyed. Now I could be wrong, but I think it gets destroyed.
No, you're right. Only, and the difference is a hard drive uses, compared to a phone, uses solid state, storage.
Yep.
Right.
Which is very hard to recover. When
Yeah.
a hard drive is more of a magnetic, and you can actually really, even you erase it, you can actually go in there and read it. So that's the difference. One is electronic, the other is magnetic.
But what about now? Everything's on the cloud nowadays, right? So it's like
That's fucking dangerous.
That's dangerous.
That's real dangerous.
The cloud provider is going to give that information up. I mean, if the FBI, somebody goes there, they're going to get that information because it's at the cloud provider. And Google and Amazon, all those guys got agreements with the FBI and NSA. They're giving that up, bro.
Facts. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're definitely giving it up.
Google tracks everything. Google does track. I think Google's always listening too.
I stopped using Google, bro. I erased that shit off my browser. I use what I use now, Start Page. Google is amazingly horrible. This shit is.
I can scare y'all if y'all want. If y'all want to be scared, it is the late night show, so I can you guys be terrified right now.
Yeah, let's do it. We want to hear a horror story.
If you've ever read the book, the Sapiens series, or heard of it, but I got a good friend right now, and this is actually true stuff. Google right now is asking people to give them everything, and they're saying if you gave Google everything, that it actually will make you part of like the superhuman race. That you're going to be so far ahead of everybody else that you're going to be far superior than the average person because you've given Google everything, where you've been, what you like, what you don't like, all your information. So Google now can take all that and do machine learning, big data, crunch it all up. And now it all of a sudden makes you far more intelligent than anybody else on earth. Damn. All of a sudden, we're going to have this race of superhumans. The only thing that's going to separate it is when you put this in here. So when this hits here, and Elon is working on this called neural lace. When you can put a neural lace in your brain that ties you to the internet, dude, you're superhuman. And there's going to be a class of people that are going to do that because they want to be superhumans. And those people that didn't give Google all their information, you're going to be dumb as a box of rocks.
Dude.
Bro, right. Where do we make this left turn in this conversation to start talking about this?
I want to ask that because we're on the topic of Google, okay? This comes from
late night crypto, man. Come on.
This is something that I heard, okay? This is by no means any representation of my belief at all. But this, okay, so I heard.
I thought we're using Google to transmit this.
This is about Google. So somebody told me that, that website 23andMe?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So somebody told me that the owner of that company is married to one of the founders of Google.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that all of the genetic data that they collect, they're harvesting the data.
Yep.
So that one day in the future, if organs can ever be created, they're going to sell you your DNA. They're going to sell you your own organs.
Yo, we getting real tinfoil hat right now. Dude, this is getting wild.
I heard this from somebody like who I consider to be a pretty
credible person,
internet guy, but that's some crazy shit.
You know what's even crazier than that, and it's the same thing, right? About 23andMe is I've heard not only that, because I've heard that, but they also purposely give you the wrong information on your origins when you actually receive your results, and they keep the real shit for themselves. How fucked up is that? Like,
yeah,
like what is going on? Like,
really
makes you think, man.
We just took a left turn in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'll leave it this. There is a link called "Do You Trust This Computer?" It's a great documentary. I encourage you all to to watch that. I think it'll educate you a lot on where Google's headed and what they're doing, because it is true. Whether we like it or not, and this is why cryptocurrency is around. This is why blockchain is around. This is why decentralization is here, because these large organizations have all this data that they're going to want to take it. So if you decentralize all this, it puts us in control. This is the reason why we have blockchain. So.
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah,
Fatty has a better idea. Just put a freaking aluminum hat.
Oh man, hey, that's what we do on the late night, man. We never know where it's gonna go.
I want to hold on. I gotta give a shout out to the real crypto cowboys. He just said some real shit. It said activate the pineal gland and ditch the cell towers. Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
That's true. That's true.
Wait. Explain. I'm lost.
Oh, the pineal gland. So the pineal gland is basically what a lot of people would dress or call a third eye, right? It's a funny place, basically near your crown chakra and stuff like that. And that is the thing that gives it's kind of like the connection between the physical and the spiritual, metaphysical, whatever you want to call it. And you can the ability that you have having control of your pineal gland and your chakras within your body is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And I could pretty much say out of this world, almost, even though you can do stuff in this world. But okay. This is, I definitely feel like this
is, I think of something totally different, but go ahead.
Oh my God.
What were you thinking about then? I'm confused.
I thought a pineal gland was in your penis.
No.
I mean,
no different, dude.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm following you.
Wrong spot. Definitely not. That would be an awkward spot if it was there. That would be for sure. But
you think it with your red chakra, dude.
Man, but no, but it's but no, it is pretty crazy. The things, and that's the thing, is a lot of things that we do in society, it calcifies it so that we have issues and that we can't use it to the full ability, from the food that we eat to the things we watch on TV, the music we listen into, the fact that we're exposed to so much radiation, things like that. That's why people hate 5G so fucking much, stuff like that. So I mean, it's an amazing thing if you know how to activate it properly and use it properly. If not, it's a fucking nightmare. I'll tell you that.
No, again, like I say, it comes back to blockchain. This is why this technology is so important, because it's allowing us to decentralize the control of information and money so that no one institution is controlling. And this is why I think more people need to understand and connect with what this is about, because if they do, they'll understand it. Listen, giving centralized entities control and access, this is why Mark Zuckerberg is a billionaire, and that's why he'll continue to be a billionaire, because we're the idiots that's working hard for him, giving him all this information and data and money, if you ask me, so that he can control it. We got to get out of that mindset, and we need to start understanding we need to take control. Listen, me catching a metro, me checking in at a place, me giving my vital signs, all that's valuable information. I should be monetizing that.
Facts. That's true. That's the beautiful thing about blockchain.
And do that.
You give your vital signs to the hospital?
Yeah, I mean, think about this. And I gave somebody this example at a conference when I said, in the future, if blockchain works the way I think it will, you will be able to, let's just say I go to the gym. And I'm at the gym, my phone already knows I'm there, and you know your phone will do it. It'll buzz and say, oh, you're at LA Fitness. I'm like, yep, I am. And it'll say, I tell you what, if you will enable us to track your vitals and send this medical information to your doctor, we'll pay you for your gym membership. I go, great, sure, pay me. I'll pay for my gym membership. I'll give you my vitals.
But where do we draw, where do we draw that line and say people are signing up to give away their information, right? Like, if anybody ever read the terms of service, I mean, it's all laid out there.
It's all laid out.
So, I mean, it's like, is it like, I don't know, I just feel like if you're a consumer of the platform, you're signing up for it. Like you always get that prompt on your phone.
Yeah.
Like, should we allow you to use location services? Or I turn that shit off because that's
So, so what it is this. I agree with you. Listen, Mark Zuckerberg is very clear. You use Facebook, you agree to give them that information. Right. But I don't think we understand the value of what we're giving. Like if you charge me $9 a month for Facebook, that's probably better for me to pay $9 because what I'm paying right now is far more than $9 to him by giving him all this information, all these photos, all these likes, all this stuff.
I see. So it's almost like when you go somewhere, let's say you go to LA Fitness,
Yep.
right? Facebook has all your information. If LA Fitness said, "Hey, we want to know how to target some new customers," send us people that look like Paul.
Yep.
They could just sell the data, and then LA Fitness can make a ton of money off of you simply going there.
Yep. Exactly.
So pay you.
Yep.
To be able to track your activity.
Exactly. And cut out the middleman. All these centralized entities, cut them all out and let us be the recipients of all of this data sharing. And again, let us control what data we're going to give to you. If I go to LA Fitness, you need to know, maybe my name. You need to know that I have a membership there, but you don't need to know my address, my social security number. You don't need to know my date of birth.
Yeah, it's all about analytics, man.
Right. Yeah, you don't need all that stuff. We give all that stuff every time. Like the best example is like they were saying, like women. Women go to the club, they hand the driver's license to the bouncer. That guy now knows their address. He knows all this information that he doesn't necessarily need to know. All he needs to know is, are you 21? Yes. Okay, you can come in.
That is true. That's a really good point.
Around that though.
What was that?
How do we get around ID verification?
Well, that's why a company like Civic, Vinny Lingham's company. Have you ever heard of Civic?
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard of it.
Civic is a digital identity company, and that's one of the things. He actually had a beer machine at Consensus last year that people could go up to the machine, and if they had a Civic ID, they could purchase beer. But if they weren't over 18, they couldn't purchase the beer because the machine knew they weren't over 18. So you can,
it's almost like Clear at the airport.
Yep. Only decentralized, and it's better.
So yeah, Chad, have you guys seen this Clear at the airport thing where you sign up for it and you give them your ID once, and if the airport supports it, you don't have to go through the line. You can go straight towards security.
Yeah. That's the what do you call it?
It's Clear.
It's Clear. It's literally a company called Clear. Yeah. It's not the pre-check. It's
okay.
Something different.
And let me tell you, they badge you. They badge you. I went to the airport and they were using every excuse. Oh, that line's too long. Why don't you just come over here and sign up? And I was like, no, it's okay. Oh, you don't want to wait. When is your plane take off? Is it taking off soon? I'm like, no, not really. I got time to wait. Oh, well, I was like, leave me alone. I don't want to sign up for Clear.
Damn.
Give away information and now with no idea. So why not pay the people willing? Hey, Jiggler, I agree with that.
Yeah, people give away information now with no
idea. Says, question for Paul. Thoughts on Holochain?
Oh, Holochain's back.
Yep, Holochain. That's another project that's out there. I don't know. I think Holochain's got some potential to challenge blockchains and the way that they're doing it. They're using DAG technology, decentralized acrylic graph type of technology, I believe, with Holochain.
Yep.
I don't know where to go. I don't know if the team's going to be able to pull it off. Maybe. Yeah,
I'm feeling pretty. I'm feeling optimistic about it. I feel like it's amazing what they've been able to come up with, and I just think in terms of scalability and execution wise, I almost feel like blockchain and holochain is almost the story of the tortoise and the hare. And I really feel like in this situation, holochain is potentially the tortoise, right? It's not necessarily doing as much or moving as fast as blockchain is right now. But if they ever get to a point to where they can actually execute and start developing things on a very large scale based off of their model of scalability, yo, that shit is going to blow past blockchain. And I think that's the thing that's interesting. And that's why I've always asked that question. I was like, man, do we really think thinking about it, is blockchain gonna make it to mass adoption before something could possibly come along and even make it obsolete? Thinking about how fast technology goes in the time we're in right now. Like that would be fucking nuts, in my opinion. But I don't know.
This Civic thing is crazy. I'm reading all about their website right now.
Yeah, Ross, your head gonna hurt tomorrow, bro.
Oh yeah, Civic is gonna. I think again, saying so. What Vinny Linghammer said. Somebody asked him if he was ever gonna like IPO or IC or whatever. He says no. He says here's what I want. He says I want this to be a utility. He wants it made possible so that the DMV and the airports and everybody is using Civic, so that when you go to places, you can use that identity to check in and do things that you want to in a distributed manner. If he pulls it off, it's gonna be brilliant. That's for sure.
Yep, no joke. Yeah, and it's funny because the way Vinny gets ridiculed on Twitter is like his worst fucking enemy. It's the funniest shit, but it's just like, yo, you can't deny what he's doing is some dope shit. It's so funny to watch. And he's man, I didn't watch that dude get drugged on Twitter. It's the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, and the reason for that is back in the day, Vinny used to be considered the crypto oracle. Like we had Roger Ver, who was the Bitcoin Jesus. Vinny Lingham was the crypto oracle. And the reason why, and I'm telling you, I made a lot of money with Vinny. Yeah. You could listen to Vinny, and Vinny would make calls, and I promise you on the dime almost the dude was accurate. If he said buy, you better be buying. If he said sell, you better sell, because the dude was, I think he was moving the market or something, because he was accurate. And then all of a sudden he made one call where everything went south. He told folks that he sold all his at 1,300 or something like that. And then it was going to pull back to like 7 or 8. And then he said something about that it wasn't going to go either up above that or something like that. Anyway, it started rallying well above that. And so people started messing with him, asking if he was back in. And he kept saying he wasn't in. He wasn't going to buy back in because it was going to pull back further. It never did. It just went to the moon from there.
See, crazy. And it's funny. It is funny because now people associate with him almost the opposite. It's like, yo, whatever Vinny says, do the exact opposite. And the funny thing is that people do it and then they show proof, and that actually is the case in a lot of shit that he says. And I'm just like, oh my God, like it's crazy, man. It really is. Crypto Twitter is a whole nother fucking circus for real.
Dude, I just learned so much tonight. Man, dude, this is crazy. Guys, thank you so much for being here again. I know it's like a broken record, but the fact that it's 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock Eastern time, and we have people here right now, and they're still
straight.
I mean, thank you, seriously. And Lyndon, bro, by the way, dude.
Yeah. What up?
We have 86 subscribers now.
Sweet.
Let's get it.
We're 14 subscribers away from our goal of 100.
We'll push it. We'll push it.
If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We live stream 2 to 3 times per week, each and every single week. And we talk about crypto. We talk about everything. You know, you never know where it's going to go. We have a mascot. He's a parrot. He comes on Friday night. Come and check him out. You know, we just like to have fun. Patty, when we hit 150 subscribers, he's going to use the XRP tip bot and give somebody 50 XRP. So maybe we'll do some giveaways with Fatty, you know, here on the channel. Follow AMTV here on YouTube. They have all the insider info.
Hold on. I gotta read this comment, yo. This is fucking hilarious. So I posted our live stream in Reddit, right? In our cryptocurrency, right? Super hardcore Reddit, right? Yo, this dude, because the way I titled it was what $1 million Bitcoin really looks like. Yo, this dude said $1 million Bitcoin looks like me crashing my newly purchased Lambo into a tree and going broke the next day.
Wow.
Yo,
I'm gonna go to the sub.
Oh my God.
Fatty says let's do it at 100 subs. All right, Fatty, sounds good to me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. That's awesome.
I'm with
I'm gonna go see that post.
You know what I look forward. You know what I look forward to tomorrow. Well, later today, bro. I look forward to that episode y'all about to do, Paul.
Oh yeah, that was gonna be good with Socrates.
Yes, bro.
Hyperwave technology. I mean, hyperwave philosophy. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm about to be super staring at that screen.
Yeah.
And guys, make sure to subscribe to Paul. Paul, would you like to drop where people can follow you at, man?
Yeah, I just put, Fatty asked for Twitter handle. It's at _crypto curator. You can get with me on Twitter, and from there, you'll trust me, we'll be connected at that point.
Yeah, man. You do your own. You have your own show, right?
Yep. So we have the Crypto Curator YouTube channel. You can just search the Crypto Curator. We do the Support and Resistance show. That's what Lyndon was talking about tomorrow night at 8:00. Socrates, he works with Tyler Jinks and Leo Wald. They have this thing called hyperwave technology or philosophy. I'm not sure. I'm going to be learning from him tomorrow, and he's going to talk to us a little bit more about that. But on that same channel, I do a top 3 news articles every morning. And then the other guys, both Brian, he's a certified financial technician. He does it as a day job with a large energy oil company, I believe it is. And then Bobby is a very successful former UBS guy that trades. And so both of those guys do technical analysis.
Yeah, buddy.
So Paul, before we end the show, bro, I got to ask you the tough question. But
All right.
tough. But
yes.
So imagine you can snap your finger.
Yep.
And everything that you want the crypto world to be comes to life. What does that look like?
So first, from a financial perspective, I would want the entire world. I would want Bitcoin to be a reserve currency. Let me put it there. I think that'll say a lot. Bitcoin as a reserve currency, everything gets sort of pegged and connected to Bitcoin, because I think we're going to have multiple assets. It's not just going to be Bitcoin alone. So, but everything is going to be pegged to Bitcoin. From a blockchain perspective, I'd like to see, again, the entire infrastructure from social to any of our personal information where we control it. Like, we keep control of our personal information and what we do, where we go, all that stuff's controlled by us, and we can monetize that on a daily basis, which I think ultimately will happen because I think robots coming, I think artificial intelligence coming, things like that. So I think a lot of the mundane tasks day to day are going to be done by that. We would maintain control. So if I can snap my finger, world's currency system, finances around the globe, pegged to Bitcoin, blockchain is completely ubiquitous amongst everything, whether it's cars, houses, everything.
Awesome, man. Great answer. All right, guys. And we've been live for over 3 hours now.
Perfect.
Thank you again for everybody tuning in. If you got value from tonight's show, can I get a thanks, Paul, in the chat? Let's give Paul some love for being here. And Lyndon, do you have anything, man? You want to go ahead and close us out?
Yeah, man. Paul, dude, I appreciate it. I had a fucking blast. This is what to bring you on, dude. I already knew it was going to be a good conversation. All the news you read, we would have topics for a lifetime. Legit, man. So again, man, I definitely appreciate you coming on again, dude. We got to bring you on again. Like, seriously. Yep. You already know, man. We got to get, dude. We need to get Brian and Bobby on here too.
That'd be fun.
Because they are, and to anybody who listens to me anywhere, Brian and Bobby, they are TA goats. I do TA. They eat, drink, sleep TA. Like, they are cold. They both have 15 plus years doing technical analysis. It is ridiculous how much knowledge and expertise these guys have. So yeah, I'm telling you, go over and watch Support Resistance. You will absolutely enjoy it, and you will absolutely get a mouthful of knowledge, like facts.
Awesome. So good stuff. All right, guys. Carlos, thanks again for joining us, man.
Hey, bro. Anytime.
Always appreciate you, bro. You had such a great dynamic to the show. And thanks again, everyone. Thank you so much, the Jiggler, for giving us a follow. Cheers. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we'll be back Friday night. We'll be here. Actually, now it's less than 24 hours away.
Damn.
But we'll be live again.
Yep.
And we hope to have a really great show for you guys. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end the show. And
Awesome.
we'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.